in Raptors Digest. We're back right now. Miami Heat, Toronto Raptors playing in the 6, but no Kyle Lowry. He continues to be out with personal reasons. So we're wishing him the best. But as you've already noticed, I got the legend on right now with me. Marcel Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Shouts out the Bald Mamba. How you doing, Marcel?
You know, we're doing good. Josh Goodwin, watching the boys play, battle it out. Gary Trent Jr. is going to drop 30 bomb. Pascal's going for a double-double. OG might foul out per usual, but we're looking good. We're looking good. Not so good, but we're looking good.
He needs some more of those calls from DeMar telling him to quit with the fouls.
Yeah, 110% for sure.
So this is not the start really that you want, but we're just sort of used to it now, man. We want to go into halftime down by like 10 points because Nick Nurse comes in, yells at the team, and then we go on an absolute run in the third quarter. Then it comes close for the fourth, but we always end up coming out with the dub so far. I feel like this is a big night for us. As much as I'm really missing the Kyle Lowry atmosphere in Toronto, everyone wants to see him. It is kind of a leg up for the Raptors having him out of the lineup tonight, and wins are most important. So I'm interested to see what happens. I really am.
Yeah, this was supposed to be for Kyle. This was Kyle's night, but, it's a Raptors night regardless. Once a Raptor, always a Raptor. If he was playing, I'm pretty sure he'd pick our defense apart. He'd know everything about everybody. So maybe that'll help us win, but right now we got to work on our shot selection. We got to make these shots count and play a little bit better defense. We're fouling way too much in the first quarter.
Yeah, no, we are. It's kind of getting out of hand. I got my bet tonight too. The one you gave me last game, it was solid, but I actually believed in it. I believed in it. I'll never fault someone for giving me a bet that doesn't hit, because if I look at it and I like it, well, I mean, that's on me. I was riding it with you, but it was like what, $25 to pay out 550. So it was a long shot, but I was feeling the energy. But my bet for tonight, I went kind of simple with this one. I'm not putting it up on the screen, but I got over 20.5 points for Fred VanVleet, and then Pascal Siakam over 4.5 assists. So I kept it simple, but this is over triple your money if you hit. So plus 220, bet 365 is what I use, and we'll see what happens with that one. I did put it out on the story as well as Twitter beforehand, so maybe some people in the chat tailing, I'm not sure.
I feel like that was a little bit too light, Josh. I feel like you could have threw in some more parlays. Got to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, man, but you got to think about it too. Vegas always wins. You got to take concise shots. There's certain things about the gambling psychology that sets you up to lose your money. Those compounded odds you get with the crazy parlays, I mean, they dare you to take those. I got to go for my hits when I know I can get them. So we'll see. I got to get some wins. I've been going for plus 1,000 parlays recently.
Okay. All right, we got Duncan Robinson hitting a free throw. We're down by 10. But I got to say it once for the stream. I'm probably going to say it 5 times for the stream. It's not about how you start. It's how you finish.
Let him know, Marcel. Let him know. Okay, Scotty Barnes backing down on Duncan Robinson. Ooh, misses that. Man, I love Scotty Barnes this game. The more consistent.
Want somebody to take those shots, to have the confidence to just back them down the paint. Try a little hook. You may make it. Who knows?
Yeah, seriously. That's the one thing I love about Scotty. He's been trying to build out his game in so many particular ways over the past over the past couple of weeks, but this season in general, you've seen him take little assignments as he goes, misses that jump shot, or shove shot, I should say, and it's rebounded by Butler. And it kind of flew under my radar that Butler had a triple-double last game, but he was balling out.
Well, when you don't play proper defense, the opposing player will get a triple-double.
Hey, man, Miami's good. Someone's going to get theirs on Miami, right?
I guess.
Hey, we came away with the win, though. So that's all that matters. So 21-11 right now, the score. Look at Precious Achiuwa here. I really love Precious. We were talking about before we went on, but he's going to be really good.
He's solid for sure. I mean, the touch still sucks from time to time, but I said this in the last stream. We may just need to start throwing him lobs, because every alley-oop, there's at least 2 a game, 2 Precious Achiuwa that he can slam. And, maybe he's not necessarily, a Serge Ibaka. Maybe he's more of a Blake Griffin.
Okay. We've been giving him all kind of crazy, ambitious comparisons, bro. But you know what? At the end of the day, I don't think he's going to be, a great scorer or anything. But, in terms of energy and defense off the bench and the ability to finish on these setup plays. Like, I love Precious Achiuwa. I think he's going to do that to a T. Scotty Barnes takes the three, just misses it, man. Oh, but there's a loose ball foul. Is that Chris Boucher or Achiuwa who drew that?
Oh, look, Scotty Barnes is a rising star. You
love
to see it.
I'm kind of mad they took away the format. This year it's not like, it's not, what was it, Team World versus Team USA. I like that format. I thought it was cool. Now it's just like straight up two different rosters that are selected.
I mean, I think they're doing it more so to kind of draw more, maybe more views. Because honestly, All-Star Week, I watch the dunk contest and the All-Star game, and that's it. All the other stuff that they have, it's cool, but
If Fred might be in the three-point shooting competition this year, you got to tune in for that.
You got to put Gary in the three-point competition. That man can't miss.
Honestly, though. Speaking of miss, Precious Achiuwa a moment ago could not get that floater, but he gets a steal on defense. Strus ends up recovering it, and then, wow. Oh, my God. Okay, Dedmon puts it back, but PJ Tucker, bro. Like, as much as we talk about Precious Achiuwa having stone hands in the paint, like, oh, Scotty Barnes, tough move.
Grown man move.
Grown man move by the rookie. Who do you like on the Heat? Like, I always rag on them, but I gotta say they got like a pretty cool team. Like, who are your guys on the Miami Heat?
Man, I'm always different. I'm a different kind of guy. You got Jimmy Butler, you got Tyler Hero. I hate what's his name, Dwayne Dedmon. I hate him. I hate him.
Yeah,
Can't stand him.
He's annoying to deal with. He's huge, man.
But I like Gabe Vincent. I think he was also undrafted that Pat Riley found.
Yeah, Gabe Vincent's like, man, he's just slowly come into his own, building up confidence. PJ Tucker, former Raptor, gets the bucket there. We're down by 12 at the moment. Jeez.
Bring it home, Gary. Maybe not today.
Oh, there he goes. Jacks it up. Misses.
Oh, D to the O.
Oh, there we go.
I think I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, you are. I'm going to pause it for a split sec. Or pause it. I guess you would need to pause it. But we'll wait till a stoppage and then we'll figure it out. VanVleet to the corner. We definitely got to line it up. We had it lined up so perfectly last time. There was like no discrepancy whatsoever.
Oh, man.
Scotty? Hey! I knew you had to hold in celebrating there, Marcel. Here, man. Hit pause.
Hey. Hold on. I don't know why it won't pause. Oh, Scotty looks pissed.
Oh, yeah, he does.
He looks upset.
I'm on the end
right.
one.
I got the Jumbotron right now. And it's like a corner view.
Yeah.
Happy Lunar New Year.
We're definitely on completely different streams at the moment. Okay, we'll wait for the play to come back. We'll get this thing lined up for sure. Yeah. And right now, I gotta share an ad for you guys because Javelin is the sports app to download. Right now, we have openings in Ontario for sports to come back in. Restaurants, we're out of lockdown officially. So guys, do not miss the opportunity to link up with us to play some pickup hoops. Even beyond that, this app is great utility for finding people in your community with similar athletic interests that want to meet up and play pickup sports. This app is really the first of its kind. We do have a link to download it in the description. So if that interests you or you want to come play basketball with us, definitely go give this thing a look. It's a great app. I'm already enjoying it a lot, and it's going to be even better once we got our whole community on there. So you know where to find it. Go give it a click and a download. Marcel, we got to fly you out for some pickup hoops.
Oh, look. The Bald Mamba retired a long time ago, but I'll fly up and ref. I got my stripes. I got my stripes.
That's so funny. Man, I know you're mean in the post, too. You're a defense first guy. I want you on my team.
I promise you I'll be a brick wall. These pick and rolls, man, make Kim Birch jealous.
Speaking of Kem Birch, hopefully he comes back soon. Like, I forgot he had the broken nose, so that'll reasonably put you out for a minute, but he's had some terrible luck with injuries this season. He's only played 15 games maybe?
Yeah, Kem Birch hasn't had the best luck this season so far, but I don't think that should, for the small sample size that we've seen with him, that shouldn't go against him. He has his value. Like, he's a reason why, there is a reason why we resigned him. So, I like him off the bench, or even if we need to start him. I'm a big Kem Birch fan. I just hope that whatever he's got going on gets past it, gets back on the court, and help us get these dubs.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think he definitely brings upside, especially when you consider we don't have a traditional center. And I'm not even saying that Khem Birch fully is, but he's definitely the closest thing that we have to it at the moment. So that definitely has its own value. Oh, man, the Kyle Lowry tribute right now. Are you getting a load of this?
Yeah, I'm watching him take charges. Oh, man, him and his kids.
Man, this is unreal. I wish he was on the court right now.
His tribute video would have had everybody in tears, bro. I know it. I probably would have got a little emotional, man.
It's crazy, too. Like, this is definitely maybe a distasteful time to bring it up, but, like, that championship really did right all the wrongs because people were on Kyle Lowry before that. Like, the championship kind of just cleared everyone's memory and allowed us to appreciate him as the talent he is, because there was some, like, heavy controversy. Like, people would have way rather at the time seeing Kyle leave instead of DeMar. And that's not like a hot take. That was just like the general consensus at the time. But I'm happy that it worked out the way it did. Sure, we had to cut some ties here and there, but like, you get a championship and that's the ultimate goal in sports. Can't knock it.
No, for sure. And I was definitely a Kyle Lowry defender, pulling up stats. When it was Kyle and DeMar, what people need to realize is we failed to beat LeBron. But name a team who successfully beat LeBron in the East.
Well, exactly. So, it's like that's what made him great. Oh, gee. Dude.
Tough shot. Cash machine. I love it.
Are you lined up with me now, too? My clock says 125.
Yeah, we're right there.
All right, sweet. Oh, Scotty getting his hands in there on defense. I got to say, I've been a Tyler Hero fan. Hold on. I think it might be weird juju to be saying this on the stream right now and have it on the screen. Man. But, like, I knew Tyler Hero in high school. Like, I was a big fan of his. I do. It's one of the few other team jerseys I have. I have a Hero jersey. I don't. It's, it's not hanging up on the wall or anything, but it is in my jersey closet right next to me. So.
Okay. Good defense by Justin Rodman. There's a Justin Rodman sighting.
Oh, man. Ooh. Offensive foul.
Charge, yeah. He went in there like a freight train.
Man, what happened last game when we went to challenge that call where Pascal literally just took the ball out of Bam's hands, I think, and fell backward? Like, what was the ruling? Because I don't have the commentary coming into my ear as those things are being officiated and worked out. Like, why wasn't that overturned?
I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't have the answers for me, Marcel?
As I was watching the game, I think I was yelling too loud to hear what was going on.
Yeah, maybe. Like, I was freaking out.
Speaking of your boy.
Yeah, see, I can't be gassing him up too much.
Nah.
Oh, OG in the post. Oh, nice pass, man. And beautiful cut.
Woo.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got to play Precious like Ben Wallace. I'm just saying.
The ambitious comparisons, man. I like it. Hero with the ball.
I have high expectations for all of our players.
I'm with you, man. We were talking a little bit about this before we went on air. Just like, we're blessed with a great team. What do we... Oh, I got to say, Scotty Barnes got bodied there, but Dedmon ended up picking up the offensive foul, I think, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah. I hate that guy.
Bro, thank God. That was a physical move, though. Like, even though he got called for it, that's, like, what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. There's not a lot of people in this world that I hate, but Dwayne Dedmon's probably number one on the list of that very short list.
Yeah, man, I don't like the Heat in general. Hero's cool, but like I really wish to this day he went to a different team.
It's really weird because my dad's a big Miami Heat fan for whatever reason, and he used to talk so much trash about Kyle Lowry, saying, "Oh, he's a journeyman. He shrinks in the playoffs." And then when the Heat get him in the offseason, my dad's like, "Man, he's really turned around." I'm like, "Dad, this is who he's always been." Like,
bro, there's no way it took him going to the Heat for your dad to be like recognizing his game. Like Kyle Lowry, what did he put up in the finals? Game 6, it was like 27, 9, and 6 or something. Like,
that's what I'm saying, man.
Crazy. You got to get him on the Raptors Kool-Aid, man.
I've been trying. Every time we talk sports, which is almost every day, I always talk about the guys, and he's been watching the Raptors more. He likes Fred VanVleet for obvious reasons because he's an all-star. He's going to be an all-star. He should be an all-star. Richard Jefferson. I know you watch us. Fred VanVleet's an all-star.
RJ's talking so much garbage. He always has, like, anti-Raptors takes. Like, I find there's some people in the media who are really fair to Toronto. I would say Brian Windhorst is fair to Toronto. Big Perk is fair to Toronto. But when it comes to the Stephen A's of the world, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the more mainstream guys like RJ definitely ignores a lot of Raptors players. They don't pick it up. I don't get it. Especially RJ as a former guy in the league. Like, how could you not pay the respect a bit more? Like, I get how a Stephen A can forget about the Raptors, but like, come on now. Like, you've played against these guys. You know the organization. You know the kind of people they bring in. This is legit. We deserve more attention than we get, but that's an old story, bro.
No, yeah, for sure. And what I've just come to realize is that, American media will not pay respects to the Toronto Raptors for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's not like, and this is what I have to explain to people. The Raptors are a U.S. team based in Canada, right? It's not like, hey, Canada, make a team and you can join us. That's not how it went down. Like, this is like, for whatever reason, the Raptors being in Toronto it turns off a lot of, sports media personalities, but you're missing great basketball. And I'm not even trying to be biased. Like, I've seen some great things being a Raptors fan and seeing the things that these players have done. And I don't know. It's hard not to be a fan, and maybe I am a little bit biased. But, we can always rely on Kendrick Perkins to show us nothing but love.
Man, Big Perk, it's not even like he has an affinity for Toronto. He just says the truth. And the same thing about Windhorse. That's why I can trust on those guys to give us our credit. But, like, they're not into – it's nice about Perk, though, is he threads that line of, like, sensationalism and truth-telling really well. Because, like, he gives his takes animated, right? Like, you know how Big Perk is. I love it. But he also doesn't trip when he says things. Like, he understands what he's saying. And as a former player, he's got a good gauge on it, too. He's got to be my favorite guy in the media these days, but –
oh, yeah, because, to be a sports media personality and be successful, you have to give hot takes. You have to talk about the obvious. Like, I don't know if you watch Undisputed.
I do
Shannon
sometimes.
Sharp and Skip. They always talk about LeBron daily.
I know. It's like their relationship. It's their whole dynamic is LeBron arguing about him, but I won't lie, that does sell. And Skip Bayless knows what he's doing. He's a troll. Oh, Gary Trent Jr.
That was a grown man move.
I like it. He's playing great.
We have a Delanto sighting.
I was just going to say.
Linton. I think Nick Nurse wanted to up the tempo.
Yeah, we've got the Sean
Hero.
Livingston 2.0 out there now.
Hero, strong floater.
Man, this is the craziest thing I've ever said. And I mentioned it on last live stream too that we did on the Miami Heat, but like Tyler Hero's game, I'm not saying it's anywhere close, but he like reminds me of Kobe. The way he just likes taking gutsy shots and cuts around off ball, like getting these spot up looks. Like he's just a menace to deal with on offense. And he's gutsy, bro. He is gutsy. And I'm not saying he's Kobe Bryant. Like even that comparison's like low key disrespectful, but I can't help but see it sometimes.
Josh?
Yeah.
Did you just compare Tyler Hero to Kobe being Bryant?
Look, man, you know what? You can't take it too literal, but yes, I did. The way he hunts down his shots and the way he's like, he'll shoot it from anywhere. Bro, he's cold. I bet you his averages right now are actually better than Kobe's at his age. I think they were. I'm not even lying. I think Kobe came around a little bit later. I'm just saying.
Can we get an F in the chat for Josh for this horrible take? And I love horrible takes, but Tyler Hero is no Kobe being Bryant. No. Now I'm going to give Tyler Hero all his credit, and I like to give, oh my gosh, like, was that Gary Trent Jr.? No, that was Delano with like 3 offensive rebounds. Whoa!
They were fighting for it. There was like
3 or 4 fouls not called, but okay. But I will give Tyler Hero his credit. I like to talk about, players that are under the radar. Maybe that's why I like the Raptors, because everybody on that team is just so under the radar because no one really cares outside of the fan base. But Tyler Hero's good. He's solid. I think last year he had a slump. I think I saw something about like the team was upset with him that he wasn't really playing that well, letting his newfound celebrity get to him. But he's turning around, and I mean, 6th man of the year, most improved, give it to him. He's got my vote for both.
Bro, Achua just missed 2 free throws straight. Oh my God.
Thank God for the rebound.
Oh my God. Padlock the gym, and then Pascal leaves the layup short.
Oh, just short.
Man, down by 10 right now.
It's all good. We got this.
Hero with the ball, drives past Siakam, gets the layup to go. That was in the cylinder, 100%. Okay, yeah, they made the call. We're good.
What happened? What I missed? I blinked.
So like Hero almost got the layup, but the ball spilled out for a second. It might have still gone down, but Dedmon tapped it back in. Yeah, like I don't even think Dedmon needed to do that, but either way, man, I'll take it. Bucket doesn't count. Let's see if we can get this down to a single-digit deficit.
I don't like Dedmon. I just don't like him. Nothing about him intrigues me.
He's just like, he's got to be one of the most sizable players in the NBA, no? Like, he's like the size of Kristaps Porzingis and plays angry. Like, I don't know. You don't really think of him as like that guy, but he is like huge.
Look, Dwayne Dedmon is the size of Kristaps Porzingis with the skill set of Kwame Brown. Stop it.
Oh my God.
Stop it.
Kwame Brown has entered the chat.
And it's crazy because, like, I love the game of basketball. You know, good players, bad players. Like, I just love good basketball. But I don't know why he gets under my skin so much. And Pascal, so Nick Nurse is going to lock them in the gym tonight shooting free throws, right?
He better, dude. This is like, it's so inconsistent. Like, the last time we faced Miami, like, free throws, like, saved us in the game. But then you have more often than not them end up costing us and missing gimmies. I don't know.
Yeah, this is free money.
There you go.
And
Hits the second
Pascal
one.
Pascal wants to be broke. There we go. Split them. 9.
I got to check how many assists he has, if he has any so far. You know, I have that bet right now.
We're 1 of 5 from the charity stripe. Good Lord.
Yeah, that's horrendous. That's egregious. Hero. Wow, bro. Caleb Martin's the player.
You know, I might be related to him. It may just be the last name. Who knows? You know, he kind of plays like how I played back in the day. He reminds me of myself. Just he doesn't play as much defense, you know.
Man, you're nice with it then. You're nice with it. I'll be honest. He's an underrated pickup. But, yo, we do have a super chat right now. It's coming from Rahul, and it's a question for you, Marcel Martin. I believe, one sec. It's popped off my screen for a second, but here it is. He's saying, who do you choose between MJ and LeBron James? Rahul is coming in and opening up Pandora's box right now. This is a debate that is sure not to end the whole night. But, Marcel, give him your best answer possible, and shouts out to Rahul for dropping a super chat.
All right, just want to shout out Rahul for the $5 super chat. You're the GOAT. To answer your question, Kobe Bryant. Oh, look, Gary Trent Jr. fadeaway.
Oh, did Gary just hit a fadeaway?
Hit a nice one.
What? Man, he is such a good shooter. Oh, and Strus. Wow.
Matt Strus. He's another good player for the Heat. He can shoot the lights out, man. They've got shooters, bro. And the combination of their shooters with Dedmon and Bam in the interior, they've got a good team.
Bro, and the Precious Achiuwa.
Oh.
There we go, man. For a guy with some like offensive work to be done, he'll shoot open threes and he'll knock them down. He was 1 of 1 last game, and then that's a foul on Caleb Martin.
But can he shoot his free throws, please?
That's too much to ask, Marcel.
Obviously, yeah. So Tom Duke said Marcel and Josh scrapping at LA Fitness right now.
Man, I was telling those stories on last live stream. I was like, I don't know if like, you know, this is like an actual police report. Like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say these things, but
yeah,
it's okay.
It was definitely funny to hear about a guy who was mad that. Now, was he taller than you? Like, how tall was this guy?
No, he was like, to be completely real with you, he was probably like 5'7", 5'8". He was a pretty strong guy though, but like I'm like 5'10", so I'm not like a big guy, but like I was definitely bigger than him.
Yeah.
But
so we got somebody with a little man syndrome getting schooled by Josh Goodwin, and then he went to his car and got golf clubs. Bro, get out of here. Get out of here. Like, where are we?
I was like, well, you're walking into a gym in broad daylight trying to assault me with golf clubs. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, this is the epitome of an LA Fitness meme. Like, grown men crying over fouls. Like, it's ugly out here. But Pascal Siakam with the ball right now for Toronto. Strus is covering him. Hits Scotty on the cut. And then, wow, there we go, man. I need Pascal assists. Scotty gets the bucket. Beautiful play. We're only down by 8.
Let's go. I don't know if you've noticed, but Gary Trent Jr. is starting a trend. We got headbands all on the court right now. I think they saw Gary's play with his headband. Like, hey, that might be it, bro.
Man, how could you not? He's been dialed in. 4 straight games, 30 plus. See if we can get it tonight,
Scotty
too.
Clamps. Scotty was all over Martin. You saw that?
Well, I was Precious, was it not?
Ooh, so close.
Good defense, though.
Now, I'm not trying to take nothing from nobody because we are the Toronto Raptors, defending champions of our 2018 ring, right? That's who we are. The Miami Heat, they're a good team, but and this is for any team that plays against us. You start making mistakes, and we make you pay for them, and that's just a fact, right?
Oh, 100%. I mean, like, the free throw line is one thing, but in general, if you turn over the ball, we're bringing it back the other way immediately. You know, that's what I love about this team is we instantly, as soon as we get a board or a turnover, we think about offense right away because let's be real here. We don't have like a great team in terms of set options. Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. are kind of anomalies of guys that can go get their own shot. But for the most part, if you can take advantage of a broken play, I think it way favors this Raptors team's ability to score.
For sure. Now, one thing that surprised me from our game against, I want to say
Bro, that would, okay, at least Precious cleaned it up and got the bucket, but man, that was almost like a Ja Morant layup package there.
That was a grown man move.
Damn. Okay, Marcel,
man move.
That reminds me. This is a question I kind of had. I was touching on it last live stream, but it really is a cool question to ask because I see both of these comparisons so clearly for Ja Morant. Do you think he's more like prime Russell Westbrook or pre-injury Derrick Rose? And the chat, let me know too. What do you guys think about this?
I actually want to get interactive with the chat. I'm gonna give you my answer, and if you can make a poll, we can see who they agree with, right?
Yeah.
And maybe throw a fourth option for other. I don't know if you can do 4 options, but I'm gonna go with a completely different player, and I got my reasons for it. I don't think that he's a prime Russell Westbrook because a prime Russell Westbrook. Say what you want. Flame me in the chat. I was never really impressed with Russell Westbrook because he is a phenomenal athlete. Right? He can run 100 miles per hour for a full 48 minutes of a game nonstop. Like, that's impressive. His motor is unmatched. His IQ is worse than mine. His shot selection is worse than mine. And I can't shoot. I'm all layups, baby. So, I can't say that for Ja Morant because if I'm looking at all the positives, I can agree with you, but all the negatives just aren't there. Like, Ja Morant's negatives, what are they? What is he bad at? Where's his mistakes?
Like,
I don't see it. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying Ja Morant's like the best player. He's perfect, but Russell Westbrook's glaring mistakes and his glaring flaws pale in comparison to Ja Morant because you can't really name any big issue off the top of your head. The other player you mentioned was pre-injury Derrick Rose.
Yeah. I actually think before you give this answer, I actually think that pre-injury Derrick Rose, when he won MVP, his stats from that season aren't quite as good as Ja Morant's stats right now, which is kind of crazy to fathom.
Because, now this is nothing to Ja Morant. Derrick Rose understood what it took to win games, right? Russell Westbrook, now, I'm going to compare the two, right? Russell Westbrook has incredible stats, averaging triple-double for 4 seasons. Cool. What do you have to show for it?
No, I'm with you. I think
sometimes you got to sacrifice the box score for the bigger prize, and that's what Derrick Rose did per se. Do I think that he could have monster stats? Yes, of course. I think any star or superstar player has the capability to do what Russell Westbrook does, but will you win games? No.
No, I agree. That's got to be the ultimate measure of how much greatness you can apply to a player's name. And is that Fred up there in the stands with Messiah? Are you getting this angle? No, that's Drake. Okay, for a second I literally thought that was Fred, but that's Drake. Drake's just hanging out with Messiah up in the stands.
I feel like Drake's been kind of quiet with the Raptors support this season. Didn't see him tweet about Fred for All-Star.
Well, bro, and remember when he left the game early because we were getting blown out? Like, he was like, I can't even be associated with this. He dipped from courtside. It's like, keep that same energy, Drake. Come on now. I think he's the GOAT. I love Drake, but I was disappointed. Oh, Tyler Hero knocking that down from 3.
But really quick to... Gary? Oh. I may be behind or ahead of you. My stream paused. I had to refresh. I got Jimmy Butler bring the ball down.
Okay, I'm kind of close. I'm at 6:36. What are you at?
Oh, I'm at 6:29. Here, I'll pause if I can. If it'll let me. Will you let me?
Here, I can fast forward a little bit. You're good.
I'm at 6:29. Butler just fell. Got fouled.
Okay, you know what? I'm at the exact same spot as you.
Perfect. But yeah, so to answer your question, right? Well, to finish that thought that I had, about just sacrificing your box score to win games. Russell Westbrook thought he could do both. He thought I could average triple-double and contend. No, you can't. You were a first-round exit every year, and then when you went to the Rockets, you were a second-round exit, and you barely played the entire playoffs. But I will say, to me, the player who reminds me most of John Morant, Allen Iverson.
Oh, you know what? That is a good comparison too. That actually is. I've heard that one as well. You know what? The most common ones I do hear tend to be around like pre-injured Derrick Rose, and people obviously see a little bit of rust in him because of the athleticism. But no, AI is like, that's not an out-of-pocket comparison anymore. Like that's pretty spot on. Oh, an OG getting the dunk there.
OG cash machine.
Oh man, we got a super chat, man. It's from none other than Paul Blunt, another legend here at the channel. That's a big time super chat. Shouts out my man Paul Blunt saying, "Hail Joshy Ice and Marcel, the best live stream on YouTube." We're gonna put on the flames for that too. Paul Blunt. Oh, that's another super chat. Paul Blunt. Thank you so much, brother. We appreciate that love. We feel the love all the time, and it's people like you that keep this channel going. So shouts out to you, bro. We appreciate it tons. Big super chat.
Appreciate the love, Paul Blunt. But Gary with the offensive foul. I've noticed, like, since the last time we played the Bucks, right? Because in that game, Giannis was knocking all of our players down in the post as he attacked the basket, and nothing was called on him. And then we try, and it's always offensive foul. I'm like, come on,
man. He's like a bull in a china shop. But like the officials need to like kind of ref him differently. And I'm not saying it's like right, but I understand how it happens. But when I was watching that game, I felt the same way as you, Marcel. I was like, oh my God, this guy's so reckless every single time. And oh, hold on. We got another super chat coming in from my guy, Tom Duke. And he's saying, what Paul said, bro, thank you again. Shouts out to Tom Duke for dropping a heavy super chat. He's giving a hello, anybody home. Man, appreciate you, Tom Duke. You are the GOAT. Everybody in this community like shows big time love. Like I'm telling you, it's a good time to be a creator with people like this supporting you.
A lot of times I'm referred to as the GOAT of Raptors Digest or a legend, but we need to recognize who the Duke of Raptors Digest, and that's Tom Duke.
He is the Duke of Raptors Digest. I gotta get the flames on for that.
Pascal do the fast break.
Hey yo, we're only down by 10 right now, so our third quarter's coming, and that's when we want to go run with it. But let's keep this thing down to single-digit deficit before we go into halftime.
Ooh, just that play just reminded me of something. I was going on a thought earlier, and I think I got sidetracked by horrible. Oh God.
Yeah, Tyler Hero, he can't miss right now.
It is what it is. But I think it was against Charlotte. We only had 10 fast break points.
Wow, that's surprising. Oh, Gary, let's go, man! Right when we need it. He has been huge. Important buckets. And then PJ Tucker, I'll live with him shooting that. There we go. Rebounded by VanVleet. They're trying to bring it right onto offense quickly. In the front court to Pascal. Open. Oh!
Come on, Pascal!
Are you serious? Oh, my God. And then, sucks. Bro.
Push it. We just need to push it. Just keep...
Man.
Brother looks upset.
That's tough.
Don't worry. Our second half is our best half. You know this.
I do. And Jay in the chat saying time to put Flynn in. I don't know what I think about that. Right now we've been rolling without him. I mean, I love Malachi Flynn. But I'm just saying, all of January it's gone the same way. Like Nick Nurse just allows this starting lineup to kind of fall behind a little bit in the first half, and then they turn on the Jets in the third. Hopefully secure the dub in the fourth. I mean, we've been winning without that approach. And I love Malachi Flynn, but as long as Nick Nurse continues to validate the way he's running this lineup, I'll need to just accept it. But I mean, of course, if we're going to play bench players, I do think Malachi is worthy of a nod. I guess Delano Banton's gotten some minutes this game too, so I don't know. And I'm a big fan of Malachi.
No. Can I get an F in the chat for a very bad take by Josh Goodwin?
Oh,
no,
man.
I'm just playing. No, I mean, for whatever reason, Nick Nurse has put Malachi Flynn on ice. Makes no sense. But you have to admit, in his limited minutes that he's played, he can get you 10 points.
Yeah, he can. And he doesn't, he brings some creativity to the game. You know, even if he's not scoring himself, like he is a good passer and he's pretty quick, so he can often draw a double.
I mean, I don't know how the fans feel or how, you may feel. Malachi Flynn's not a bad player. Like, he's not bad. Honestly, we probably gave Matt Thomas way too many minutes compared to the minutes we give Malachi Flynn. I mean, Malachi Flynn, he can play defense. He's got the ability to play make, and he can score. And what a lot of people need to realize is when you have potential, when you've got that talent, what is it doing when you're just riding the bench? Are you getting better? Are you getting your reps in? Are you showing them what you can do? For whatever reason, he's stuck to the bench. Him and Svi. Haven't seen Svi in a month or two.
Yeah.
Nick Nurse may just have to trust the bench a little bit more. And I'd rather him do it when we're all healthy versus when you have no choice. Because then it's going to look bad when it's like we have to rely on a Chris Boucher or a Svi Mihailuk or a Malachi Flynn. When we have to play them, yeah, it'll look bad.
I just got to be real.
Give him some minutes.
I just got to be real. They haven't, there are some guys. I agree. Malachi Flynn definitely deserves more run. I think the reason they go to Delano Banton over him is just for the defensive look. They can't have, Fred on the court with Malachi Flynn often at the same time because of the mismatch of size. And Fred VanVleet leads the NBA in minutes played. So, of course, that's going to cut into Malachi's ability to come in and contribute. But I still agree with you. Of course, I've been making the case Fred VanVleet. Ooh, kind of had PJ dancing, but I've been making the case for Malachi to get his minutes back because he hasn't really given you a reason to take them away. Nick Nurse has been tough on him. I kind of agree with what Eric Flynn said. This has been really difficult for him to watch because Malachi, he's deserved the call earlier than he's got. But if Nick Nurse can continue to win this way, then I need to accept it. I'd rather see the wins.
And I'm with you too, man. I definitely want to see this team win a little bit more. I'd like to see what a playoff series looks like with this young team.
You imagine?
You can't run your starters ragged like that, bro. 5 players, your starters all played 50+ minutes in a triple overtime.
Nah,
you want someone to get hurt.
Gary. Man, he's lighting it up right now. He's just picking up right where he left off.
Give it to me, Gary. Hey, man, I said it earlier this season. Gary Trent Jr. is our best player.
Damn,
I'll stand on that.
You know what? It doesn't sound so crazy anymore. And, I don't know if I can still agree with you fully. I think Scotty Barnes will be our best player. But, man, Gary's going to be right up there. I always say he's our most natural offensive player, which, says a lot about what he brings to the table.
Oh, yeah. And, man, we saw that last season when we traded for him. You immediately saw the return on investment after that Norman Powell trade, which I loved. He hit a game winner, had the second highest plus-minus rating in a game in NBA history. He had a phenomenal, half season with us last year. And, I mean, he's picking it up this year, so.
Yeah, he is.
Uh-oh.
No, I think he's the same age that Pascal and Fred were in their rookie years in the NBA. He's got so much upside that we haven't even tapped into yet. I mean, we're starting to now, but, you get what I mean. The sky's the limit with Gary Trent Jr. and what he can do offensively.
Who do you think Fred VanVleet was passing the ball to?
I don't know. I think there was a bad miscommunication there, but ends up in the first row. That's tough. I guess probably Champagny.
Ooh. Completely random, somewhat basketball related. I don't know why. I always thought Jimmy Butler looked like Jamie Foxx.
He does, definitely. That's not just you. I've seen that his whole career. I feel like people talk about that too.
Okay, I've never heard it, so I'm maybe I'm the only one who thinks this, but come on, guys. Definitely Jamie Foxx when he played Django. That's Jimmy Butler right there, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. There's a few different doppelgangers in the NBA, Jason Momoa and Steven Adams are literally the same dude, the exact same dude. Yeah,
same person.
Bam Adebayo is going to be shooting 2 at the free throw line here. Raps are down 53-46 with a minute and a half left until halftime. And guys, unfortunately, I got to tell you right now, we cannot do the hot take segment because we got a bunch of different plugins and aggregate devices and a bunch of confusing things that are going to make me stutter as I speak. But the hot take segment will be back next live stream. But right now, unfortunately, we can't get another audio stream into the live.
It's all good. I'll give him Marcel's halftime minute.
Exactly. Marcel's minute on steroids. That's what people are already calling this live stream right now.
Yeah. All right, we got a Justin Rodman sighting. Look, I'm gonna just give every Raptors player what I think their ceiling is. Scotty Barnes, Magic Johnson. Justin Champagnie, Dennis Rodman. Gary Trent Jr., Kobe Bryant. That's their ceiling.
You know what,
And
Marcel?
then,
I won't argue with you, man.
Fred VanVleet.
Isaiah
Kyle
Thomas. Okay.
Kyle Lowry. And that's a high ceiling. If you know, you know. That's a high ceiling.
That is a really
But
high
I can
ceiling.
see Isaiah Thomas. Like, I can see Isaiah Thomas in it, too.
And I pray people know like what Isaiah Thomas I'm talking about, you know, like not like IT, but like Isaiah Thomas on Detroit. Like he was a legend, and I think Fred VanVleet's got that kind of potential.
Isaiah Thomas the champion, not Isaiah Thomas the 10-day contract.
Yeah. Yeah. The suitcase, but Fred at the free throw line knocks that one down. We're down by 10. Chance to make it a single point deficit if he hits his second, but under a minute to go until halftime now.
You know what's crazy? Like, I'm glad that I'm now getting on the show. If you had got me on the show, like, pre-COVID, you would have heard some of my craziest takes for the Raptors. I just remembered I was talking to a friend of mine that Chris Boucher was the next Kevin Durant.
Wait, hold on. You said Boucher is the next Kevin Durant?
Yeah, I was telling a friend, like, yeah, man, just, you heard it here first. You heard it from me. Chris Boucher, next Kevin Durant. He's already got the same build, the same skill set. Man,
any guy who's 7 feet tall, super slim, and can shoot threes is officially KD then, because that is an ambitious comparison. But you know what, man, Marcel, some of the comparisons you give, I gotta say, it's high praise. It's high praise, but I love it because like if you don't shoot for a high ceiling, then what are you shooting for at all?
Of course, and I don't want anybody, in the chat thinking that I'm being so serious that I think that Justin Champagnie will be the next Dennis Rodman or that Gary Trent Jr. will be the next Kobe. This is just me having higher expectations for my team because I love watching our team develop young talent. Look at Fred VanVleet, Pascal Siakam. Even look at Gary Trent Jr. after the year and a half of having him. I love watching these players on our team and who they turn out to be.
Ooh! Oh!
Did that go in?
That went in. Oh! The game,
That
yeah.
went in too.
Holy, this is end to end, and then Scotty Barnes.
Just throw it in, Scotty. Just throw it in.
He tried to get creative there, but did that Gabe Vincent shot? Yeah, definitely counted then. Man, the bank shot by Gabe Vincent at the buzzer. He tried to pull that out when we were going into overtime last time in Miami. He's sneaky good. If he has an opportunity, he'll bury you. I don't know who he reminds me of, but I don't know. Like he is pretty underrated. I gotta be honest. I had like zero respect for him as a good offensive player coming into this season. And well, I mean, I think it may even be his first season or whatever, but even Miami fans, I heard them complaining like, oh bro, like Gabe Vincent our backup, like we need to be better at the point guard spot, yada yada yada. But every time I've watched him, I've been pretty impressed, and I think Heat fans are coming around on him as well.
I mean, it's all about opportunity, right? I mean, that's not too far-fetched from Raptors fans giving Malachi Flynn a hard time, right? Or giving Chris Boucher or giving Pascal a hard time all last season, right? You can't really live in the moment too much. Like you can when things are good or even when things are bad, but if you live in the moment too much, you're not looking forward to what can be. You're missing out on the possible opportunities of these players becoming something, right? Like I said earlier, Gabe Vincent was a player that I like on the Miami Heat. I think for being a player that no one knows much about, he's no scrub. He's no scrub. Gabe Vincent, don't leave him open. You better guard him.
Yeah, no, he is, and we're learning that. I mean, we even learned that last game that we were battling in OT. Like, we might have won, but, bro, you got to respect that guy. We dared him to shoot some open shots, and he did. It's pretty clutch for Miami, but right now we're down by 12, so we're going to need someone on our side to step up. And Gary Trent Jr., he had a pretty good first half there, pretty much just staying on pace with how he's been playing recently, but I'll give us a little bit of insight to the box score. Gary Trent Jr., as I said, back on pace for 30. He's got 17 right now. 1 assist, 0 rebounds. Bro, he is just straight offense and defense. And I mean, like, that's the name of the game. But, like, you know what I mean? He's a shooter and a defender, rebounding and passing. Like, yeah, he'll mix it in once in a while when he has to. But he just sits back and does the high octane stuff. Like, it's awesome. Scotty Barnes 9, 7, and 0, but 9.5 for Scotty with 7 boards. Like, he's kind of looking like a good stat line at the moment too. 4 points for Fred VanVleet. He could step it up. 3 rebounds, 6 assists. OG Anunoby 6 points, 0 rebounds, 2 assists. 0 rebounds for OG. That's kind of surprising. But Precious Achiuwa has 7 points in 10 minutes, so that's nice. He's got 3 boards to go with it.
I think we need to see more scoring from our main guys. We need to see, and I've said this over the past few streams, man. Fred VanVleet's shot selection's got to get better. Like, I know he can hit deep threes. I know he can get a shot off from anywhere. But let's make sure you're actually getting, good looks and not just throwing up a prayer and hoping it goes in, right? I need Pascal to play a little more aggressive in the second half. Like, that one move that he had where he was at the bucket, he lost the defender, put it in, just missed it, OG.
Yeah.
I love OG. I do. He's a quiet assassin. He really is close to like Kawhi Leonard in terms of how he plays. Not saying he is Kawhi Leonard, but just he's gonna do the things in the background, right? Like, he'll hit a catch and shoot 3, or he'll attack the basket and do a fadeaway, right? I feel like a lot of teams forget about OG a lot, and that's why he's able to get to where he needs to get. But I need to see more from our main guys in the second half.
Man, OG really does like mess around and end up with 20 points most nights. And I'll be real, like, a lot of times it doesn't sink in, because when he's having his good offensive nights, for the most part, I tend to see it happen when he's allowed to play off ball and just get set up by VanVleet, Pascal, other playmakers, right? Like, he's a great finisher and a great defender. And don't get me wrong, I feel like when I do the skills weakness evaluation on OG Anunoby, people get kind of like upset with me, because I always temper how we think of him as a ball handler. It's like, guys, like, he is developing gradually, but you don't, in a good situation, you don't want him to be the ball handler. In the right winning situation, he's the guy that shoots threes, moves around off ball, and plays his heart out on defense. And that's what we've been seeing from him recently, with the starters logging so much minutes. But I gotta say, you are right to call him a quiet assassin. He doesn't say much. He sneakily just ends up with a ton of points by the end of the night, and I mean, he'll lock down your opposing star.
Oh yeah, and I just want to address something that I've seen in the chat a few times. I've been seeing a Gary Trent Jr. comparison to a one Danny Green.
I saw that too.
I don't agree. Nope. If you say that Gary Trent Jr.'s ceiling is Danny Green, you don't think highly of Gary Trent Jr. because I don't think highly of Danny Green. First of all, Gary Trent Jr. right now is better than Danny Green's ever been, and I put that on everything.
I think you're probably right to say that for sure at this point, but Danny Green's like, I agree with you. I don't really see the comparison either. I think maybe just from like a shooting standpoint, to say he could shoot as many threes in a game and make as many as Danny Green, like I can see that. Danny Green was pretty electric from 3, especially during his prime with the Spurs, but Gary Trent Jr.'s got way more off the dribble. Like, he creates his own shot in the mid-range, which is something, Danny Green does not do. He's 3-and-D. He's a marksman. He's like a Joe Harris, type of just like get the ball and shoot threes. And I'm okay with that. Like, he does a good job of it, Danny Green does. And I forget you're not a Danny Green guy. Like, I'm surprised, because he's one of those few dudes who's come in and embraced playing in Toronto, but yet you don't like him.
Look, okay, it's not that I don't like him. Let me rephrase that. He helped us win a chip. He embraced Toronto. I get it. I just don't think he's that good, right? Like, I feel like people have him up here. I got him down here. Right here. I just don't think he is what most people think he is, and I know he's a lot older now. Even in his prime in San Antonio, which were his best years, yeah, he was probably up here, but he's not anymore. He was a big shot maker, but he will never, ever put up numbers like Gary Trent Jr., nor has he put up numbers like Gary Trent Jr. Gary Trent Jr. is in a league. All right, let me not just rave about Gary Trent Jr. right now, but comparing Danny Green to Gary Trent Jr., crazy. I don't see it.
You know what?
Talk about a 3-and-D player. I'm about to have the chat on fire. I'd rather compare Gary Trent Jr. to Klay Thompson.
Bro, okay, but that Klay Thompson's one of those guys too that he's almost more like Danny in the sense that, like, stylistically speaking, he's almost more like Danny. Hold on one sec. We got another super chat from Paul Blunt. Hold on. He's making fun of my take from earlier. He's saying Kobe Hero is overrated. No, it's a stylistic thing when I said that about him. It just reminds me of the way he aggressively goes off ball to hunt down his shots and he's just constantly cutting around. I feel like, it's a stylistic comparison, but...
Yeah, but I mean, I think when you speak of Danny Green and Klay Thompson stylistically, I think you're really just looking at what a 3-and-D player is. Like, that's just what they are. They can make big threes, and they play good defense. Like, that's what they are. But how good are you at doing that? Danny Green is not a Gary Trent Jr. But I want to shout out my roommate, Sean P. Young, in the chat. He said, as Marcel's roommate, I can 100% confirm Marcel does not like Danny Green.
Bro, we got Tom. We got Tom Moreau calling you a madman. I gotta say, Marcel, I love the enthusiasm. I love the enthusiasm. I'll never say it won't happen, but there are some out of pocket comparisons, and I'm someone that makes a lot of out of pocket comparisons. Like, to throw it back to Kobe Hero, as Paul Blunt's pointing out in the super chat. Shouts out to him. But yeah, bro, we just come up here and pump the Raptors tires. Like, that is what we're doing. But hey, we're in that business, and I'm always gonna look for the high ceiling. So it is what it is.
So Tom Moreau's made a good point, and shout out to Tom Moreau. He's a regular in the chat, deserving the title of legend. But he said, talk to me when Trent is the other team's focus. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that's one of the Raptors' strengths, is that I'm sure teams look at the scouting report, but the problem is, and you can agree with me on this, Josh, I know you will, on any given night, someone will have a great game. It's not always Pascal, it's not always Fred, it's not always Gary Trent Jr. Somebody will have a good night. You don't know who.
Man, some nights it could be Chris Boucher who comes out and drops 25 on you, and then other nights Chris Boucher is limited to 10 minutes of play because he didn't come out hot. Like, it is wild to think about that depth that we've got. I still say it to this moment, I don't even think this is like an ambitious out-of-pocket comparison, but your starting lineup legitimately has 5 guys who have a reasonable potential to be all-stars one day in the NBA. Pascal Siakam's already done it. Fred VanVleet should be doing it. Gary Trent Jr., he got traded for a guy who was playing at all-star level. If he continues to play clearly he's capable, is what I'm saying. And Scotty Barnes, he could be like a potential MVP one day. Man, there is an OG Anunoby, people make the all-star case for him as well, and it's not like that far off. My whole point is, though, we can put 5 like world-class players out on the court. The depth is really the issue, but you're right. A lot of guys can bite you, so pick your poison.
No, yeah, for sure. Let me see. Tomer said, true, Marcel, but it's been Fred and Siakam finding these other. Look, there was a stretch of Fred lighting it up when All-Star voting was still up. He was killing it. Pascal started killing it. They've kind of cooled down. Now Fred's killing it. Tom Moreau, on any given night, you don't know who's going to give it to you. You really don't know with this team, and I feel like that's more so been true maybe 2 years ago. Norman Powell might torch you for 25. DeMar may drop 30 on your head. Kyle may drop 25 on you. More so in the past, you don't know who's going to go off, but I think it still holds true. And again, I may be a little bit too high on Gary Trent Jr., and I get it. I'll calm down. I'm drunk off the bag milk. We don't have that in the States, but I'm drunk off the bag milk when it comes to Gary Trent Jr. But, I mean, like I said before, it's just because I have high expectations of these guys, and I just love watching them play every night.
Hey, man, you can't hate on that. You cannot hate on that. But, Marcel, it can be anybody any given night, but it better be somebody soon. We're down by 12, bro. This is not what you want to see. And guys, before we dive into the second half here right now, I do need to do my duty and remind you that Pickup Sports is back. And you don't want to miss out on it, everyone. There is an app in the link of this video, the description of this video, that will take you where you can download the Javelin app. And the Javelin app connects you with other people in your area looking to play Pickup Sports. I've said it before, but I really do mean it. It's like Tinder, but for athletics. You want to meet up with people with similar interests, similar passions on whether it be volleyball, basketball, anything you can get together and do at a local arena. They have the connections to organize it and make it happen. And plus, you can get updates on who's playing in the area. So many different great features about this app. It's a must-have, and our community is going to be using it. So go download it. Do me a favor, and you'll thank me later. And we got a big super chat being thrown out here by the Gubstown Clink. And hold on one moment, I just got to pull up the chat. He's saying GT Jr. is like Clarkson with elite bot and D huge pickup. Keep in mind, we kind of got to get Gary Trent Jr. indirectly from the Gravis Vasquez trade. So is Gary Trent Jr.? Yeah, he is actually. He is in that trade tree because Norman Powell ended up coming back. He was the draft pick that came back. So yeah, you're right. Gravis Vasquez is totally linked into this trade tree. And man, shouts out to Gubstown Clink for dropping a big super chat, bro. We appreciate you.
Yeah, shout out to how do you pronounce it? Is it Chubbstown? Gubstown?
Yeah, I don't know.
Gubstown Clink. Yeah, that's actually a nice little Raptor history. Not many fans would be able to dig that one up, but shout out to you. But I'd also like to plug in a little something here. A little something I like to call a like spike. We have 105 active viewers and only 50 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Pump them up.
Hey, yo, yeah, guys, if you guys can do us a big favor right now, drop a like on this video. My like spike animation's been acting up a little bit. Let me get that going. But drop a like spike, guys. Help out the channel. Make your presence felt. You already know it's always appreciated.
Oh, yeah. Now, Josh, I have a question for you, man.
Yes, sir.
But I mean, before the season started, we had a lot of people on the squad. You know, we had to cut a few. Is there anybody that we cut that you wish you had right now? Not saying you drop somebody and add them, but let's say we had a free roster spot. Out of all the guys we cut, who would you want?
I mean, you could make a pretty good case for Sam Decker because, you know, he can get buckets. But even then, I don't think he's a guy that really creates his own shot. Like, you sort of need to set him up as well. You know, we didn't really let go of anyone that crazy. If I could go back, though, if you could let me go back to last year into this question, and this is someone we cut, I'd probably go back and get Gary Payton Jr. Because we could use a good secondary backup point guard, and clearly Malachi Flynn isn't being trusted enough, and Gary Payton II, he's not huge, but he is probably a little bit bigger or defensively capable than Malachi at this point. And bro, he puts a spark into the bench, and I feel like we could use a guy like that, so I would probably need to see Gary Payton II come back. That'd be my choice. What about you?
I mean, I would have to agree with you on that part, only because over the past maybe 2-3 years, I've watched the 905 a little bit more closely, and there have been some great players. I'm like, why are we getting this guy? Why are we getting that guy? Like Gary Payton II. First of all, I've said before, I'm a big fan of his dad's, man. So I would love to see his son on our team. He's playing great for the Warriors, so I'm happy for him. There was another player. I can't remember his name right now. I think he got picked up by the Nets. I think he's somewhere else now. He was really big on, with the 905. But no, I think we should have kept Ishmael Wainwright. And I've said that since we cut him. Like, why? From Summer League through preseason, he was putting up great numbers. Like, he was playing very well. I have no idea why we cut him for Bonga.
Yeah.
Bonga?
You know what?
Okay, Bonga's doing great in the 905, but, what's that doing for us now?
But, bro, we're not even going to, the 8th guy on our bench, let alone, the 12th or 13th, It's like, and that's what they would have been. So maybe they're just like, Bonga's a better fit for the G League, and that's... I agree with you, though. I was really confused when we cut Ishmael Wainwright. They went out and got him. I felt like he would be a long-term piece, and I'm curious how he's doing with his Suns. I haven't heard much about him, but...
So I follow Ishmael on Instagram, so every now and then I'll see his posts, and whenever he posts, I'll go and quickly check, see if he played. I think the other day he played a few minutes on the Suns, and I think he had 10 points, so that was good for him.
That's good. I definitely wouldn't root against him.
Like I said last time, man, you put on the Raptors uniform, I'm already a fan. So
love that, man. Marcel, you are one of the most loyal guys in this fan base. There's no doubt on that. But hey, we're back now, down by 12. The Heat have the ball. Gabe Vincent shoots a 3 and thankfully misses. Rebounded by VanVleet. But whoa, a loose ball foul here. Adebayo draws that. Wow, it's gonna be on Scotty Barnes. Tough way to open that up.
He wants to fight somebody.
Yeah, he's been frustrated with the whistle tonight. I've seen a couple moments from him.
Can we just swing on Deadman?
Bro, I don't know if anyone wants to be stepping Deadman, but Raptors got some tough customers too. But Bam's with the ball right now, covered by Scotty. Jacks up the 3. There's no way you're gonna hit that. Yeah, get that out. Bam's overrated. Straight up.
Whoa.
I gotta say it. Bam's overrated. Are you about to tell me he's not an all-star? I don't think he's an all-star.
I'm about to say something that may be... Oh, nice turnover, Pascal. I love it.
Jimmy, over to the corner to Tucker. He's going to shoot a 3 with his foot on the line for sure. That's going to be a 2, I hope. It's popping up as a 3 right now, but I think that should be credited a 2. PJ Tucker, like I'm okay with daring that guy to shoot it most times, but knocks it down. And Fred VanVleet responds with one. Let's go.
So, I'm about to say something blasphemous, but I'll stand by it. I stand by on all my takes. When I speak sports, when I speak basketball, I speak the truth. Bam Adebayo is better than Rudy Gobert.
I can't agree, but I don't think it's like the most ridiculous case, but
what does Rudy Gobert do better than Bam Adebayo?
Defense, like considerably. You know, he's like a depoy candidate like every year.
The Defensive Player of the Year award is flawed.
You think it's favored for like big centers like him?
Yes, it's favored to bigger players, and I'm gonna explain to you. Oh my God, is everyone slipping right now?
Yeah, bro. Siakam almost just carries that, but Fred VanVleet's gonna get the 3.
Please,
knocks it down. That's a huge bucket.
I need to come up with like a dance for when the threes fall.
Hey, there we go.
I'm gonna get like some ones and just drop them from the ceiling every time.
Bro, I'm gonna play the money animation for you right now.
Nah, yeah. So I'm gonna say right now that Bam is better than Gobert when it comes to the Defensive Player of the Year. I think they favor bigs because you got to think about this though. What's Rudy Gobert's points allowed when he's guarding someone damn near his size? Because if he plays against us, his matchup's not going to score that much in the interior because he's taller than them, he's bigger than them, right? But Bam Adebayo, in my opinion, plays better defense. Defense has to be both ways, perimeter and interior. You can't just be a shot blocker and a good rebounder and you guard the paint well and be, oh yeah, Defensive Player of the Year. What about the perimeter? What about on a fast break?
No, I hear you.
What do your chase down blocks look like? Are you mobile? Rudy Gobert doesn't have good footwork. He really doesn't. He's stiff, bro. He's like the Eiffel Tower.
He's definitely stiff because he's massive, but at the same time, it's like I think that if you have him on a good team like Utah, where there's like a fair bit of versatility and supporting cast that can defend and play offense, then he's like borderline a superstar because of what he can do defensively. Like he creeped into the MVP case this year in the top 10. So, and I'm not saying that's like fully justified, but like, you know, he can contribute clearly to winning basketball. But if you were to put him on a team like OKC right now, I agree. You'd probably look at Bam as someone more impactful. But in other words, like look at Marc Gasol, right? He would have trouble contesting the perimeter. But on the Raptors, he was the ultimate defensive weapon because we had guys that could take care of that for him. Same thing on Utah right now. Maybe not to the same degree, but you get what I mean. It makes Rudy Gobert's job a whole lot easier. It makes him look like the defensive player he is. I get what you mean from a versatility standpoint, but I'm not fully there. I'm curious what the chat's saying about this. But
now, I'm going to spin this for you and just think about it, right? Because awards are nice. They make you feel warm and fuzzy. Someone gets snubbed every year, but the only thing that always counts and no one can take from you are championships. Let me tell you a champion who's won a couple rings, who never won Defensive Player of the Year.
Who?
Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh, okay.
Isn't Shaquille O'Neal known as the most dominant player in basketball? One of?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like it's partially because of his like, you know, his stature and intensity, like for sure. But, you know, like, so when you bring up Shaquille O'Neal's case here, how would you relate it to like taking away credit from Rudy Gobert necessarily?
Could Shaq guard guards?
No, I don't think so. Unless maybe early in his like Orlando Shaq.
Can Rudy Gobert guard guards? Wing players?
Not too well.
So we got Rudy Gobert, Shaquille O'Neal, two big guys. Not the best footwork. I think Shaq probably beats him with the footwork. But when we're talking about Defensive Player of the Year, like good defenders, are you defending 1 through 5?
Like, I get what you're saying about versatility, but bro, if you're trying to win a championship like Rudy Gobert, even though he hasn't done it yet, I mean, he proves that he's one of the best at shutting down opposing bigs. And like 4 through 5, really. I get it that he couldn't cover like a point guard or whatever, but like he's elite defensively. Oh, and Fred VanVleet making a free throw here gets it back to a 10-point deficit. 8:27 left until the fourth quarter, bro. We got to keep denting this lead a bit before it looks manageable in the fourth.
What's the score? I gotta refresh my stream.
It's 68-59, so we are only down by 9 points right now. And let me know where your stream's at when you come back in, because we'll try to get it lined up here.
If it ever wants to just pull up for me. But yeah, so I mean that's my thing, right? And I'm gonna take this time to just be on my soapbox and say that defensively, one of the best defenders in the league who is going to be overlooked because of the team he plays for is OG Anunoby. He guards the 1 through 5. I think I sent Ben the stat, or maybe I sent you, where I want to say it was last season when guarding positions 1 through 5, out of all players in the league, he was the most efficient at every position, at guarding every position.
You know what? I will agree with this, and there's definitely no fully correct answer on it, but I think that the Depoy argument should get more consideration with advanced stats. And Siakam getting that back right away. And one. There we go. He's jacked up. Oh man, Marcel, you know what? I was pissed off because it started off with a miss at the free throw line, but Spicy P there to clean it up, put it right back up. Man, he got fouled too. He's gonna be shooting an extra one. So this deficit, I mean, I wished for it to go away, and we're denting it a little bit right now. And what clock are you at?
They're showing the replay of Fred's at the line. It's 8:27. Am I behind?
Yeah, you're behind me a little bit. I'm at 8 minutes. Siakam just hit the extra point. Try to click live on it. If it doesn't work, I'll pause it up. But PJ Tucker kicks it out to Gabe Vincent. Fred VanVleet's there to meet him on defense. Gabe Vincent
find a more recent stream.
Shoots the 3. Thank God. Yeah, go to Stream East. I don't know if you use Stream East, but that one's pretty money for me whenever I use it.
All right, what time's on the clock for you?
7:35. There's a stoppage right now. Hold on, actually, I'm gonna go to live because I was back a little bit trying to line it up. I appreciate all the viewers right now showing some patience with us trying to line up our streams. We will get this going, trust me. Okay, so I'm back at live and it's 7:14 on the clock.
Lord, let me try to find one that's up to date.
Oh, and Siakam getting fouled again. My guy's going to be shooting 2 more free throws. I like to see
7-12. Did Bam just foul?
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Bald Mama, he's up to speed with all of his weirdness going on. Bro, if you can see what my setup actually looks like, I look like one of those hackers who lives in his mom's basement who's hiding from the FBI and CIA.
Hear a knock at the door, be careful. Man, that's the cleanup, or sorry, the setup's looking a little bit more clean though. I can see you a bit more clearly. Before you had to get the lighting up a bit. And there we go, Marcel. You're looking good right now, man.
Well, you know, it's all the melanin.
And guys, I gotta let you know right now, Javelin Sports, we are partnered with them. They are providing us with a service, an app that you can download in the description of this video. Click on the link, it'll bring you to where you can download it, and it's allowing us to link up with our community to go play pickup hoops. But it doesn't stop there. There is an array of pickup sports that you can play through this app, people you can meet with similar interests who want to play games frequently, and there's partnerships with local arenas, fields, wherever you would be playing sports that you can book and meet up with others that want to play. So definitely go download that app. It's a worthwhile download. I've done it myself, and I'm very happy with it, and we will be linking up with the community soon. Bam with the ball.
So one problem that the Raptors have that I absolutely hate, other than leaving someone open at the 3. Oh, God. Did Fred block that? And one. So one problem that I have with the Raptors is when we bring the lead in, we want to shoot threes. And I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
Yeah, you live and die by it, I think that Fred VanVleet sometimes can try a little too hard to put the team on his back, which I agree is not healthy. But for the most part, I'm okay living and dying by threes. That's the way it goes in the NBA, and you just got to build up your your ability to hit them, your ability to hunt down your shot, because of course you got to get open. It's got to be the right look, and sometimes that's the issue for us, as I'm saying with Fred. But the Raptors have been it's tough. We rarely have nose-to-nose games the whole way through. At one point, it's always a blowout one way, and then we narrow it right down for the fourth. So it's weird. I've seen the Raptors trend in that direction, definitely.
Yeah, and I mean, it makes for good basketball. Because, like I said, I like watching my guys battle. And, if we played against, well, let's say we play against the Pistons and we actually play like we're playing against the Pistons. Because it seems like every time we play against the Pistons, it's like we're playing against, Michael Jordan, the Dream Team. Like, it's horrible, right? But let's say we actually played against a team where we were just stomping them out. That's not fun to watch. It's whatever. It's cool, but I like the close nail biter, nitty gritty. You know, I love it. I love it when it's close, and even though I love to see us have the lead more often, when we have to fight back, that's when you see the best of us. So,
Man, 100%. It's true. And that's one of the things I really recall from the 2019 season is how, we never really felt out of a game. And I think it does come back to Kawhi Leonard. Even if we were going to lose, we were going to go out swinging. And that was apparent. So, when you get to that level of contention, you're pretty much guaranteed to see that type of basketball. And it is nice that even though we're not been the most even keel throughout the whole 48 minutes, we do tend to make it an entertaining fourth quarter. We compete with anybody, which is really good. And guys, I don't know how many people we have in here right now, but if you're watching this, do me a big favor, drop a like spike. We almost got 120 live viewers. Keep that number jacked up. I appreciate you guys. And man, the content's been so much fun recently. It's already crazy to think how much this live stream's grown. It's been a lot of fun. Marcel, and I gotta say, I'm happy to have you on here with me.
Man, I love being here, man. Just two guys talking basketball, two energetic Raptors fans with the best hot takes in all of sports media.
Bro, we got some hot takes. Some flaming hot takes. I'm going to put the animation on. Dude, the takes are always hot over it here, the Raptors Digest, especially when Marcel is on with me.
So, funny story. So, I've actually been watching the Raptors Digest since, I want to say, the first episode I saw was the year before our championship run. I remember it was about Fred VanVleet, and he had a monster game. I don't know who he was playing against, but Ben was talking such high praise, saying, he's going to replace Kyle Lowry one day. Thinking back, it's man, the Raptors Digest has been on it since they started. Ben, Riker, you've all been really on your A game about this Raptors team, and maybe not always being biased, but being realistic about it, and it shows.
I appreciate that, Marcel. One thing about Ben, I find his takes do age well. He can sound a little crazy at times, but then when you sit back, it's his takes do more often than not, even if they don't come true, hold a little bit of accuracy down the line. I got to give him credit for that. But Scotty Barnes gets his pass picked off. Bro, we're down by 9 right now. Sorry, not down by 9, but 73-66, the current score, 7-point deficit.
Come on.
Oh, that's an open
rebound. Oh, gee, goddamn.
Oh, my God, he's flopping around like a fish.
Was that not a travel by Butler? I'm so lost. They need to re-wipe the floors or something.
Are you at 5:45 right now?
42. Gary just picked it off?
Yeah, we're at the same spot. In transition, Gary. Oh,
there we go.
There you go. Perfect.
Draw the foul. But yeah, back to what Ben's takes do age well. I remember I had called him when we drafted Scotty, and I was hot, bro. I was like, what? Why did we get this guy? This dude averaged 10 points and 2 rebounds in college. He was coming off the bench. Why do we pick him 4th overall? And you know what? I was wrong.
I just viewed, I said this on last live stream too. I can't be the guy, I can't lie and say that I was here advocating from Scotty Barnes for day one, but I told people, I was on the day of the draft, I was I think there's a 25% chance that we take Scotty. And I felt like it's because, we got gifted this, right? We're not a team that belongs in the lottery, but because of injuries, relocation, a couple rough goes in free agency, we really don't belong as a lottery team, but we got blessed that way, and hey, that's the way it works. But I felt given all those things, swing for the fences. It's a really deep draft. Even if there's a player who's seemingly more league ready at the moment, go for the guy who's got the higher ceiling because, you don't need to win tomorrow, and you got a lot of supporting cast to help him out.
Pick him up.
There we go. Gary's got it. Defense to offense. Let's see it. Ooh,
there we go. And there we go. Gary is pulling every foul. It's the headband, man. You know what? Next stream, I'm wearing a headband. I'm going to get one.
Man, he looks better with the headband, too. I got to say.
Look, him, Pascal, and Boucher all got headbands, man. It's Gary Trent Jr. is a trendsetter. And all right, there I go. I'm always fangirling over Gary Trent Jr., but it's true. The man's awesome. I can't help it. I'm getting his jersey next. I got a Scotty Barnes and a Fred VanVleet jersey, but I'm getting Gary's next.
That's a good jersey to get. You should you know what I was gonna say, you should get his dad's old jersey from the Raptors, but it's the same thing. It says Trent with number 33 on it, so I don't know where it goes different.
I mean, I'd know the difference. Maybe not. I would get like one of the older Raptor style jerseys. You know,
Oh yeah. I'm just saying in general because like it's the same thing on the jersey. It's the same number, same last name, but I find it so cool the way that happened, the storyline behind it. Oh, and then Miami Heat miss. Raptors get the ball back. We're down by 4 points, bro. This is getting close.
Charge?
Oh.
Dang.
It's cold.
But no, yeah, I think it's, one thing that I've learned about basketball is like the numbers are so weird. For example, when Kobe Bryant passed, right? There was, I don't have the examples off the top of my head, but I kept seeing like 8 and 24 everywhere. I want to say there was like a game the day after he passed, and a team was up 24-8, and someone froze it, and the time was 8 minutes and 24 seconds.
Yeah, this is
that's crazy.
Well, and even I don't know how much like I read into numerology and stuff, but like even the other day,
it's real, bro.
Okay, I guarantee this is a polarizing opinion. I guarantee some people in the chat are gonna be like, "Oh, these guys sound like idiots," but like, I don't rule it out. I'm not like exactly like a spiritual guy, but like I definitely I'm not like closed-minded, right? Like I do think there's some crazy stuff that goes on in this world. But Kobe Bryant's like, remember the other day their record was the Lakers were 24 and 24 on like, I forget it. The numbers all added up. They were in the eighth seed in the Western Conference, 24 and 24. Like I can't remember everything about it, but it was just like Kobe's number over and over and over again. And it was like on the day of his passing anniversary. But bro, I still, there's those moments in history where like you just remember exactly where you were. For a lot of people, obviously it was like 9/11, the O.J. Simpson like running away in the white Bronco, like those kind of moments. Like I remember exactly where I was when I got the news that Kobe Bryant passed. Like I couldn't believe it. It definitely didn't set in for like hours.
Nah, dude, I was with my roommate. This was before we were roommates. I was over at his house, and we were recording for his YouTube channel, Good Mojo. They do some cool gaming vids over there, and we were simulating the Super Bowl, right? Because I think at that time we kind of had an idea who was going to the Super Bowl that year. So like we had set up a simulator on Madden, right, to see, all right, who does the computer think would win? And we're commentating during the game, and then I get a notification on my phone that he passed, and I quickly had to go through Twitter, all types of social media to confirm this, and I was just in shock, right? But what's weird is probably a week after he passed, like one night I was just crying. Like one night I broke down crying. And it's not like I knew Kobe Bryant. It's not like, I was, a student of the game who modeled my whole basketball career after Kobe, right? But it was just hard because he was always my favorite player growing up, because my older cousin Andrew was a big Lakers fan, big Kobe Bryant fan, and I like Kobe. I love watching Kobe. You can ask anyone who knows me. I always said Kobe Bryant was the best player ever. Love watching him play. But when he passed, it was just like, it's like watching your favorite superhero die and not come back. Like, it's not real.
And they always say, man, the legends die young, and that's like unfortunately accurate. Like it's weird. He's got such a godlike aura. To see him like pass away in such a tragic, like unforeseen way, it's just, it doesn't feel real. But rest in peace to the legend Kobe Bryant, to Gigi, to the rest of the people affected by that crash. Like, gone but never forgotten. The impact will be felt forever. And Fred VanVleet jacks up a 3 but misses that. He get the
Pascal
rebound.
Hustle for the board.
And then we get the foul.
Jimmy Butler's getting upset.
And guys, if you're watching this right now, do me a favor, drop a like spike. Hit that like button if you've not already. Marcel, I don't even know how many people we have in here. I'm going to do a quick check on that. We got like 100. How much does it say for you?
118.
Shouts out to everyone watching. 118 viewers. Do me a big favor, get that like button up to 100, and I'll zip it. No more requests for likes after that.
Hit the like. if you like me, like this video. And you're gonna get a bunch of dislikes. You're gonna get a bunch of dislikes.
Thank God they took away that dislike button, eh? Now we can just say all the crazy takes we want. No one can like, get us with a bad like ratio. We can just go on and compare whoever we want to whoever. Like
even before
Pascal Siakam next LeBron James. Like dislike the
Josh,
video. You can't. It won't show up.
Josh, I think the audio. I'm not sure if they heard, but I think the audio cut out for me.
Oh really? Hold on.
Nah, I can hear you now. It was like for a minute I couldn't hear you.
Oh, okay. I was just basically rambling garbage anyways, but it definitely just cut out over the phone for a moment. But the Raps are back in. Scotty Barnes with the ball. Dedmon's covering him, and then he hands it off to VanVleet.
Oh.
Pump fake.
That was a strong pump fake.
Yeah, I was like, bro, he might have left his feet there, but
Woo!
Doesn't get called. Love to see it. Clutch buckets for Fred VanVleet. That man's an all-star. I don't want to hear any other take.
I would never tell a man to strip another man, but strip him. Dedmon!
Oh, bro, he's a thorn in our sides. He's not like that impactful, but I don't like playing him. He's kind of tough to deal with. Fred VanVleet with the ball.
So Dedmon doesn't put up great stats, but he does impact the game. He helps the team out, and I hate it.
I hate it. Oh! Bro! Gary Trent Jr. This guy's the Human Torch. How many points does he have? Let me get a check on this quick. It's a one possession game. Is it cutting out into the stream? Yeah, if you go into... I'll be able to tell when it comes back in. Apologies to everyone in the chat right now. We're figuring out Marcel's audio. If you check your system preferences for Zoom, just make sure it's going through the snowball speaker.
Hello. Am I back? Back in effect.
Yeah, you are. You're good. Just a little intermission there, but we're back. We back.
We back and we live.
And there's a timeout being called at the moment, but the Raptors chopping down that lead. Like we said, man, it's going to be a weird first half. Come the third quarter, that's when we go. And then the fourth quarter, that's when we got to hold on and believe and hopefully lock down a victory.
So I know you can hear me. I don't think they can hear me right now, but it keeps...
They can.
They can? Okay. I keep seeing the notification, speaker going to this. Like, no. I'm going to keep my eye on it. But anyway, I'm a fangirl over Gary Trent Jr. after that splash. I mean, Danny Green could never. All right, that's Klay Thompson-esque. That's Gary Trent Jr. Come on now. GTJ. Come on.
Man, I think Danny Green's underappreciated. Like, you don't just happen to win with that many teams as a starter without bringing something to the table,
There are players in this league who have a certain value that they bring to a team, like Draymond Green, right? I could be wrong, but I don't think Draymond Green would be as effective and win rings on another team. Unless that team knows how to implement Draymond Green, because Draymond Green is the playmaker and the facilitator of the offense for the Golden State Warriors. What other team runs their offense through their center other than we did with Marc Gasol? But what other team does that? Like, the Golden State Warriors are so unorthodox that it works, right? Now, Danny Green, he was a big shot maker. Now, flame me in the chat if you want, but I will give Danny Green his props and say he reminded me of, he's not like, but he reminds me of a Robert Horry.
Danny Green does?
Yeah, because they call him Big Shot Rob, and Danny Green made big shots, and in his career he definitely did. He had he brought something to the team, and that was the reason why he stayed in the league as long as he has.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, there's no denying. I think Danny Green, I'm probably wrong on this, and this might sound crazy, but was he all defense one year in his prime at shooting guard? I think he might have been like a second team all defense guy. I mean, the Spurs run an airtight system too, so I think it might be realistic. I think he actually did. But yeah, no, he's definitely got winning in his veins in some capacity. The Robert Horry comparison, also pretty ambitious, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
But you know what, Danny Green, I do stand by saying he is still, just a little bit underappreciated in the league because his hands have been all over winning. He's a good locker room guy. Like, I love the energy he brought to our team. I definitely miss him. But at this point in his career, yeah, he's lacking a little bit. I can agree with that. And I wanna ask you this question, and I'll wait till an intermission. But I got like a good debate question here, and it's something that like I've been pushing for a while. But Siakam's at the free throw line. We'll commentate through until I have a moment to bring this back up. But don't let me forget. Oh, Siakam, bro.
Man, Shaq would have made that.
That's so insulting.
It is. Like, come on, man. These are free, bro. We're 12-19 as a team.
Padlock the gym. Gets the second one.
If we never missed a free throw, we'd be in the lead right now.
Bro, if we never missed a free throw.
Full court press. Ooh, Gary's pick them pockets. Ooh, Gary.
I like it, bro. He's a gambler when he defends, but like a smart gambler.
Oh, Martin. I can't be mad, man. That's the Martin move, man. Backdoor shoot.
I won't lie. As I was hyping up Gary's defense, he kind of lost Martin off ball there. But the Heat get a bucket. We are down only by 4 points. It's 79-75. 2 minutes to go until the fourth quarter.
Shout out to Tom Duke because he knows what's up. It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
Yes, sir. Fred VanVleet.
Pascal.
Oh!
The touch sucks.
Ooh, he's thinking a little bit
Precious.
too much.
Pressure the board. Ooh, Fred attacks.
Goes up.
Foul.
He'll be shooting 2. Misses the end 1, but he'll be shooting 2. I can live with that. Keep chipping
Shout
away
out
at that
to
lead.
Gregory Wilson with the comment. Trade Siakam. Yeah, let's trade Siakam for LeBron James. I'll do it.
Deal.
Let's trade Siakam for Giannis. I'll do it.
And here, I'll bring up this debate quick. Just on the topic of trades, but it's on my mind, and Fred's at the free throw line. So I feel like Brooklyn and Philadelphia would be a win-win situation if you were to trade Ben Simmons for James Harden. Hear me out here. The Nets don't need more shooting. Like, they got Patty Mills, they got Joe Harris, they got Kevin Durant, they got Kyrie Irving. They got enough guys who can jack up shots and find their own shots. Getting a next-level defender and playmaker in there who's not going to leave after next season, pretty tempting. And then if you give Philadelphia James Harden right now, that's another precious year to contend, and he'll re-sign there. So I don't know. I feel like Daryl Morey's probably like, we'll just wait to get James Harden in the offseason, which is fair. But like, you could get him right now and have another year to contend. Embiid's playing like an MVP candidate. I feel like that would low-key be a win-win trade. Still seems unlikely to happen, but that's just my take on it. I'm curious what the chat thinks. Drop down the opinion for sure.
Please, Fred. So close. Oh, come on. Sticky fingers, man. Same team.
Raptors
so close. But what's crazy, it's only the third quarter. Like, we have a whole nother quarter, man. I can see the W now.
I love it. All right, Jimmy Butler with the ball. He's driving on the baseline. It goes out off of that. That's out off the Heat for sure. Good defense.
So, on paper, on 2K, yeah, James Harden to the 76ers definitely works. Until you look, oh no, I thought it was a turnover.
Yeah, is it not? What?
No, Jimmy's shooting free throws. Good.
Bro.
But it's fine. We still got another quarter. But real quick, I'll say this: on paper and even on 2K, it could work. But you got to think about personalities. You got to think of how players play together. Joel Embiid's having an MVP caliber season. Why? Because it's just him. It's just him.
Yeah.
Do you think he would do this if he had to share the ball with James Harden, who needs the ball? No.
But bro, I hear you, but like still, like you got to give Embiid his credit, right? Like you can only do what you can do. Like if you're out on the court,
no, for sure, yeah.
He's balling. But
yeah, no, I'm giving Embiid all his credit because like this is who he is. He's the African assassin. Like that's just who he is, Gary, with the midi.
Ooh, man, he's so good at creating space. Gary Trent Jr. getting his own shot.
I like it. I'm fangirling, man. But anyway, but you also got to look at how. Oh, charge. Yes, sir. Hey, yo, Boucher.
Bro, he paid the price for that.
Every time that man falls down, it's always a good call.
Dude, he got smoked. We're getting the replay here. Dedmon's just a train. Oh. You know what? That was a gamble, but Boucher, it pays off for him. Huge turn of events for the Raptors there.
I bet Boucher's has hella bruises all over him, man. Like, he takes a beating.
Yeah, he does.
But, challenge.
Mm.
So my prediction is the challenge will not be successful because with my expert eyes, Boucher was outside of the restricted zone and his feet were set. He did a very quick 2 watch. Boom, set.
I think it's like slightly debatable, but the thing is the call made on the floor, obviously if it's a 50-50 you can't come to a conclusive decision, then you got to go with the call made on the floor. So we're already benefited in that regard. I think it'll probably stay as the call made.
Yep, the call will stand. But yeah, so back to the James Harden thing. If we look at how he was in Houston, and if we look at where he is now in Brooklyn, if it's not his show, if it's not the James Harden show, he's not bought in, right? Me and my dad, we've had these talks all the time. The Houston Rockets spoiled James Harden, and in my opinion, they ruined him as a basketball player. He was able to get away with anything off the court, and on the court, he called every shot. He always had the ball. He was doing everything that he wanted to do. He was Russell Westbrook, but way more effective, right? But when he went to Brooklyn, right, you got Kevin Durant, you got Kyrie, but it's not the James Harden show. It's not.
But James Harden's still playing really good, you know. Like even you look at last year,
it's not his best, but it's not his best basketball though.
But that's okay.
He played better last year than this year.
But that's all right. I mean, he's playing with stars, right? As much as we're saying Embiid's playing great because he's playing with no stars, James Harden's more tame because he is with stars. You know, it's like, you know, the inverse effect essentially. But I still believe in both those guys, and I think both those teams could benefit from that trade. But who knows what's going to happen? What are the Raptors running here?
What play is this? Is this for OG? ISO OG? I like this play. Oh, yeah, what is this? Oh! Just like they drew it up.
Bro!
I don't know what that was. That was the Precious Special.
Nick Nurse is getting hilarious out here right now. Holy.
What the? Hey, yo! That was the Precious Special.
Man, okay. You know what? It's a one possession game, Marcel. I don't question Nick Nurse. I don't question him. That was so unorthodox. Like, bro, I thought we were like in the middle of a timeout, but then everything's going on. Like, it's like, what? That was so trippy to watch, but works out, man.
Hey, we got a L Trickster in the chat saying, idea. We buy out Dragic, if no deal. We waive Bonga, sign free agents Taco Falls, Willie Cauley-Stein, and Thon Maker, and see if any of them can help us at the center position, all on minimal deals. Thoughts? I'll let you take it.
I kind of like the idea of Thon Maker. I think like giving him another run would be decent. I mean, he played in Canada too. I don't know if he has Canadian roots, but he was in Canada for a while, Thon Maker. But I don't know. I would consider it, but you may as well just move Goran Dragic. Like, he does have some trade value, even if you just get like a second round pick back. Like, it's better than nothing, right? So I wouldn't waive him. As much as it feel good in principle to like be like, yeah, we're getting nothing for you, just get the hell out. Like, it feel good saying that to him, but in reality, take the gimme.
No, yeah, I definitely hear you. Now, I don't know if you saw it. I saw this too about whatever team Goran goes to is going to buy him out. Isn't he on like an $18 million contract?
He is, yeah. He gets paid. I think he's like 20.
That's a lot of money to absorb for one team.
But why?
A contender isn't going to do that.
But I don't get it. Why would a team trade for him just to buy him out unless they're trying to drop cap space? Like, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, the only team I can see doing that is, I don't even know. I don't even know if, you know, a bottom tier team like the Magic would do that. They would probably try to use Dragic, or let's say he goes to the Lakers for whatever reason. Why would they do that? They need guards, right? So I don't think he'll get bought out. I don't think we'd buy him out either. Heck no, honestly, we let him walk. If we can't find a trade, we'll let him walk, and I'd be fine with that. Let him go. I don't care. I don't like Dragic. But
yeah, that'd feel really good too if it's like we just can't find the right deal. So we're like, yeah, sorry, buddy. you know what, we couldn't get the right return, so we're going to keep you for the rest of the season. If you want to keep hanging out in Miami, that's all right, but the NBA will see you when you're 38. Like, that would feel good. I'm not going to lie, but I used to stick up for Goran Dragic. I'd be, hey guys, like, he's got to go. He's going through it. Of course, he got traded. They're already contending for a player that's going to be wearing his number, playing his position. You know, like, it's tough to accept. But now that he's a full-on man, baby. This is tough to watch. He's going out sad.
This is not Goran Dragic's rookie year. Goran Dragic has been in this league for a while. Goran Dragic is a professional. He's not acting like one. Going to the Heat games, practicing in the Heat facility, it looked like. Let it go. They traded you. You should be trying to have a revenge game against them. But
Legit.
You want to go back? Like, you're being weird. Dragic's being very weird, bro. And so
Right.
if I was Masai, bro, you want to be in Florida so bad, you're going to Miami. Or, I'm sorry, you're going to Orlando. That's where I'm sending you.
Yeah, this man's dealing with the breakup the worst way possible. And guys, if you're out there somewhere right now dealing with a breakup of your own, the best way to get over it is pick up sports. Distract yourself. Download the Javelin app, link up, get some exercise, have some fun, meet new people in the community who are interested in playing the same sports as you, and get opportunities to play and book times with local arenas, fields, whatever sport you're looking to play. They can help you hook this up. There is a link in the description of this video that will bring you to where you can download the app and get in contact with us so we can play some hoops soon, or whoever else you're looking to play sports with in your area. It's going to be a big app. Make sure to download it now. I definitely have loved it so far. We got a jump ball right now for the Raptors and Heat.
Oh, that should be ours, but let's see how the touch fails. Okay, we got it.
Hey, yo. Yeah, Precious Achiuwa is actually like a nuts athlete.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a Delanto sighting.
Oh, we do too. This is a pretty big part of the game for him to get in, but
OG.
oh my god, man. OG can drive me nuts sometimes, but it is what it is.
But it's all good. Down by 3, start of the 4th. We got it.
Way more good than bad. I'm not getting down. Yeah, PJ Tucker, get rid of the ball, bro. You do not want to be touching that thing. He drives.
Wow.
Man,
okay.
Every time I call out an opposing player, they just do some stuff like that. Oh my god, I gotta muzzle myself right now. Like,
ooh,
come on.
Ooh, good job.
Patented
Delanto.
Siakam move.
Mr. Toronto himself.
It's a nice setup.
That's his nickname, Mr. Toronto.
Mr. Toronto. I like it. Big 45. Bro, he is Rexdale in human form.
Oh, yeah. So, Josh, you got to help me out here because, I'm not a native. It's Toronto, not Toronto.
Yeah, it's just Toronto. Sometimes when I'm trying to talk, like, too formal, I say Toronto. But, like, that's just me trying to, like, monitor my words. Normally, if I'm just speaking to someone, it's Toronto. Silent T at the end.
Silent T. But back to the Goran Dragic trade. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Because this is what I think would be a good move. Goran Dragic and you can package him up with Flynn or Boucher, throw some picks, make it look pretty. Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah. I mean, Washington already has a fair bit of guys in their front court. I mean, they got... Is Dinwiddie a guard or a forward? I want to say he's a shooting guard, right?
Shooting guard.
I don't know. You know what? I would do it. I definitely would. But I just don't know if that would be on Washington's radar. But they are shopping Trez, so who knows?
Yeah. And click 2 a.m. put in the chat, where is Marcel from? I'm from, oh, good Lord. I'm from a place where Pascal hits them threes.
That's huge.
That's where I'm from. Nah, I am out here in the United States of America. I'm out here in Texas right now.
America.
I don't know when I started saying that, but like for years I was like, yeah, United States of America.
America, it's exotic, man. We missed the 3-point shot there by OG Anunoby, but bro, that was a huge bucket by Siakam. That was big time important, ties up the game, and then the Heat throw it out of bounds. I love to see that.
Love it.
So,
this is what I love to see, right? The Raptors will be down the whole game, fight to come back, but we're poised, right? We're poised. We're making smart plays. But when it's tied up, the other team starts making mistakes. Precious.
Oh, yo, this man, it's no debate. He has crazy upside. I'm tired of making the case, guys. Just open your eyes and watch for yourself. Precious Achiuwa, he's a sight, bro. He is a sight.
He played very well last time we played the Heat, didn't we?
He did play well. Even last game, he hit an open three-pointer. Like, I guess, okay, against the Heat, I think he only played like 8, maybe 10 minutes and had like 7 points. But still, like, that's great considering how long you played. Oh, OG picks off that entry pass. Beautiful. In transition. Go
Mr. Toronto!
Yes, sir.
45. Rexdale.
We're up by 5 points right now, Marcel. How to turn tables. You love to see it.
I'm lit right now. I am. What did I say? The Raptors will be down the whole game and have poise the entire game and do everything we need to do to win. The moment it's tied up, they make mistakes. They start to fumble the bag. They don't want to win.
I love it.
Kyle Lowry's at home with his Raptors jersey on watching us right now. I know he is. Let's go.
Bro, you know what was nice? Is his mom, Marie Holloway. Like, a lot of people follow her on Twitter.
Yo, I follow her on Twitter, bro. I love it.
Yeah, dude, she's awesome. And she would, I think when we faced Philadelphia earlier this season, the game that Fred hit the game winner and did the Sam Castle celebration, she was at that game rocking her Raptors gitch. Obviously, they're from Philly, but like it's nice. You know, you can tell that regardless of what Kyle does with Miami, like they're Raptors through and through.
Oh yeah, you know, once a Raptor, always a Raptor. Especially when there's someone like Kyle Lowry, right? Who the entire, you know, fan base in Canada loves you. You know, you have your own title. You are the GOAT. There's no one else who will go by that term, the GOAT. It sounds weird, but you know, it's our thing, right? You know, it's Kyle Lowry, and you know, like I said, I think a lot of Raptors fans feel the same way as I do. You put on this jersey, we love you. You know, your family. So, shout out to his mom for always staying tuned to the games, and she always tweets during the game. I love it, man. She's awesome. But Mike Kamina put in the chat a little bit. Asked if I've ever been to Toronto. I've actually never left the country. We got dead ball, so I'm gonna just rant for a little bit if you don't mind, Josh.
Go ahead.
I was in the Army for about 3, almost 4 years before I was medically discharged. I was supposed to deploy, and that would have been my first time outside of the country. I've never left the country, but I was supposed to go to the Middle East, tour a few countries, but got hurt, got out, and my goal, my dream, and I've said this before, is I want to take my dad to a Raptors home game. Like, I want to be able to save up the money to fly me and my dad out to Toronto, get a hotel, watch a home game, and everything. I plan on doing it in the next 2 years. You know, that's a goal of mine, so.
Marcel, man, I know what's going to happen. I know it is. And we got to find some way to get you out here too, bro. You've been a loyal supporter of the channel, and you've never left the U.S. We got to get you in Canada for at least a little bit. Come check out a Raptors game, bro. And also, we might be mainly Canadians on this page. We got people all over, but definitely big respect on you for joining the armed forces and being willing to protect others. That's definitely, you know, noble to say the least.
Oh, yeah. You know, it definitely wasn't always the plan, but you know, I mean, where I am now today, I mean, it all worked out. And we got Paul Blunt in the chat saying Marcel is staying at my house. Make sure you have some Hennessy. Just make sure you got the Henny, baby.
All right, yes, we got basketball back right now, but I love it. We got people always ask about you, Marcel. You had to give your background story at some point, but we got the basketball back underway, and Bam gets the lay and goes determined to the rim.
If Bam keeps attacking like that, they may come back. So we got to clog the paint. Build the wall that we built for Giannis. Oh, my. What type of pass?
Bam doesn't deserve that kind of respect. Oh, is he going to go right back? Okay, I'm going to stop saying shit. Oh, I'm going to stop saying anything. Because right now, every time I pipe up and say something about an opposing player, they come.
Oh, Bam doesn't deserve that respect. 2 back-to-back dunks. Like, come on, Josh.
Oh, he's overrated. If he can,
don't say that. Look at this. But I think look now, Tristan Phipps. Where's Marcel from? The United States of America. I was born in New Orleans, Louisiana. Moved to Maryland. Joined the Army. I was 19 when I joined. I was in Kansas and Missouri. Got out. Now I'm in Texas. So my little tour. Someone said Marcel from Barbados. Sure. I mean, I would love to go one day to the Caribbean, but sure.
An island boy. If you were, what was I gonna say? Ooh. Man, Texas right now is like a great place to be. Oh, when PJ Tucker draws the charge, but people are talking about Texas being like, you know, especially Austin in specific, like it's getting crazy. People are moving to Texas from all over right now.
Oh yeah, so I've only been here for about 4, almost 5 years now, and I've seen a lot of people from like California move out here. My mom was actually out here not too long ago, a while ago actually. She was in Austin, and she told me she loved it, and I was like, Texas is a pretty cool place. It's very affordable, and there's a lot of jobs out here, man. Like if you don't have a job and you're in Texas, you're not trying, but it's really affordable.
Oh, gee. Watch your head top. He just got it back in blood. That is crazy.
Unlocked OG. Ooh! Let's go!
Great
Push
block.
it! Oh,
right,
come on.
Defense to offense, Fred.
Dang it, Fred.
Just missed, man. Just missed.
And that's what I was talking about with Fred's shot selection, bro. You had a fresh shot clock. Why'd you do that?
It's a heat check. It's a heat check. If you know, you live and die by it, bro. If he hit that, we would just be cheering. We wouldn't question it.
The foul's got to stop.
Up by 1 right now. 6:46 left in the game, guys. It's intense. If you're watching right now, don't go anywhere. Oh, as I say that, I disappear my screen for a second. But if you're watching this, drop a like on the video. It's always much appreciated. Let me check out what we're at right now for viewership.
We got 153. Hey! Woo! I love it. I love to see it.
Appreciate you guys. Are we at 100 likes yet? Because I said I would shut up when we were.
89.
Ooh, guys, if you can get me 11 more likes on this video, I will stop asking. I will stop bombarding you with like spikes. But much appreciated to everyone who's already showing up, watching, and interacting with the video. You guys are the best.
So Josh may stop asking, but I won't. So
I can't control Marcel.
No one can. But we got Spencer. We got Spencer Lazarus in the chat saying, Marcel, I'm going to Tulane next year, represent NOLA. Hey man, when you go there, Spencer, just make sure you stay out of trouble, because there's nothing but trouble in New Orleans, man. It's a lot of good food, a lot of good places, a whole lot of trouble to get into. So just be careful.
Zion's gotten up to some trouble, but Bam with the ball driving, and that's a blocking foul. Ooh, almost took out the ref, man.
There goes OG fouling again, bro.
OG's not happy with that one.
I don't want to take anything away from OG. Like, I don't think it's OG not being a smart player or playing well. I'm gonna just say the refs got out for OG, because it's almost every game OG's just, they're calling these ticky-tacky fouls, and it's like, no, that's called good defense. Like, come on, man.
It's, you know, it's tough because OG Anunoby needs to guard the best players on the other team, and like the way the NBA works is best players get reputation calls, so he's just like disadvantaged that way. But you know, he'll clean it up slowly and surely. Hopefully DeMar DeRozan can keep getting on the phone with him, ragging on him to go and clean up on those fouls, but he's playing good right now. Let's see what happens. Caleb Martin throws it down to PJ Tucker, who's driving, and thank God he doesn't hit that, bro. PJ Tucker's low-key been getting some offense this game.
Shout out to the Leafs for winning 7-1.
Woo! And then Gary Trent Jr. When it rains, it pours. Well, how many points does he have? I gotta check this out.
He has 100.
100. Make that 103. He's got 28. So back there.
OG just sat on Jimmy Butler. Please sit OG. Please sit OG. Nah. If I'm Nick Nurse, I'm sitting OG out right now.
But
watch the replay.
How many fouls does he have? Hold on, let me see. Okay,
I don't know, but
I think that's OG
just foul. OG just sat on Jimmy Butler. Like, OG took the bait on a pump fake, and he just jumped over Jimmy and like was on his back.
Yeah, I saw that. That wasn't great, but you got to keep OG in this game in the clutch as long as you can, because low key he gets like clutch buckets, and he is our best defender. So, you know.
But do you know who gets even more clutch buckets?
Gary.
Speaking of Gary.
Oh! Gary Trent Jr.
Now, Danny Green could never. Danny Green could never.
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Gary Trent Jr.
Come on, man. Gary Trent Jr. I'm fangirling all day. I ain't gonna stop.
Look at Gary, bro. So inspirational.
Ooh! Look at the mistakes. They're making mistakes.
What were you thinking? Pascal brings it up for the Raptors. All right, let's use some shot clock here. 1 by 5. Let's look for our
check. Heat check. Oh God, don't do. Oh, foul.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Yo,
got bailed
Gary is crazy, man.
I like it, dude. He's gutsy.
Get that man a supermax. Pay that man a supermax. So I think he's got a player option at the end of his contract.
Yeah, he does.
I'm giving him the key to the city. I'm giving him title premier.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now he's looking unreal, but you're right. So it's $18 million for him, the same rate we pay OG. Bro, he can knock down so many threes, but not a free throw. Come on now.
His shooting arm's tired, man. He's tired and hitting all these threes, man. 6 of 10. Man. Let's go. 6 of 10 from 3.
Oh, he's got 31 points now. Yeah, 31, 2 and 1. He's at 11 of 18 from the floor. He's killing it. But his contract works out so that we pay him $18 million this year, $18 million next year, and then his third season. Or sorry, no, I take that back. This season and then next we pay him 18, but then it's the third season where he's gonna have a player option. And I mean, he's gonna take his player option. Decline the player option, go into free agency, and then sign with the Raptors again. And then we're gonna run it back and get a championship.
All I'm saying is most players, if they're a free agent, I'm not worried. Fred, Pascal, OG, you're coming back. I am worried about Gary Trent Jr. not questioning his loyalty to the team or to the city, but he has value, and he can easily go to a winning team or go to a crap team and just take a bunch of money.
But bro,
I'm giving him everything. I don't care if his agent asks for 50 mil. I'm like, all right, here's 100.
Hey, it's Rich Paul, so he's gonna ask for everything. But at the same time, Gary Trent Jr. looks like he could very well be worth it when it comes time to hand out that contract. And he played with Dame Lillard and CJ, and they struggled, right? He knows what it's like to play with other stars in the league, but not have it come together. Toronto's teaching him firsthand that hey, we go 8 guys deep and we're all good. Any given night for anyone. So I think Gary Trent Jr. will probably stay. Plus his dad played on the team. I got some faith. People love Masai Ujiri. People want to call him boss. Oh, Gary gets blocked.
But I just want to highlight a comment in the chat. We got Tom Moreau. Trent greater than Kobe. I surrender.
He's finally drinking the Kool-Aid too.
I was just trying to show y'all.
Oh wow. And he got Gary there. Nick Nurse helping out his player, calling a timeout to let Gary gather his marbles after that. But Tyler Hero, he's got clutch gene, man.
Stop it.
But see, no, when I insult players, that's when they do good.
No, I'm talking about him, period, bro.
What was that?
Stop it! Don't say that!
But bro, when I insult the players, that's when they do well. When I compliment them, I mean, I haven't noticed anything yet, so...
Chat, we're gonna lose. Just kidding. The dub's in the bag. But we got a little timeout here. I wanna just stir the pot with a hot take. We trade Goran Dragic for Rashawn Holmes and Buddy Hield. And we send them Goran Dragic, Malachi Flynn, Chris Boucher, and a first-round pick.
Nah, they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't do it. I gotta be real.
They would. All right, I'll give you 3 first-round picks. They do it. They take it.
I mean, if you're talking Holmes, 3 first-round picks, then maybe. But even, geez,
But look, the reason why I would do that is because for a while now the Kings have been like, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, you're both the same player, but we're going with De'Aaron Fox. Buddy Hield has been playing off the bench. If we traded for him, hey, we see your value off the bench.
Honestly, I see them as different players, and I feel like the Kings haven't gotten a deal done because they are pretty confident in their worth, right? They're not just going to hand them out for nothing. But the situation in Sacramento is getting terrible. So like when push comes to shove, I think something will be done pretty soon for them. Probably like this trade deadline, drastic wise. I mean, you kind of have to, but I just don't think that like, we don't. They're gonna want a player back like a Gary Trent Jr. or like an OG Anunoby. Like they won't want to just like hope they can draft him and take Malachi Flynn and Chris. Like they're gonna need something a bit more long term than that.
Yeah, those first round picks. Yeah.
I know, but still, those are lottery tickets. Like.
Okay, but you also got to think about the value behind trades, right? If we sent them Gary Trent Jr., do you think that would elevate the Kings to playoff contention? No.
No,
the Kings are in a
don't.
similar position as the Thunder, right? You've got a young team. You just need picks to keep building through the draft, right? You get someone like Gary Trent. I mean, you get a good player like Gary Trent Jr., he's not going to stay past his contract. He's not. He's going to leave. And look, you traded away 2 players and lost one. That you would essentially be losing 3 players. And I want to bring that up again for whenever I saw people talk about, we should trade for Ben Simmons. Why? So he'll leave?
It's the Raptors still believe they can win over a lot of guys, and I don't blame them. Like Toronto's an underrated place. You come here, it's like people like want to complain about the weather, bro. It's the same weather essentially as New York City, and like we have just as many like. I can't say just as many attractions as New York. That's a flat out lie, but like Toronto's a happening city. Like it is like way up there as an international place to live. Like, and Fred VanVleet hits his first free throw. We're up by 3. He's gonna be taking a second in a moment. But I think that
I like how they. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think Toronto like has reasonable hope to continue to attract free agents. Like they shouldn't give up and throw in the towel. Like they are starting to reverse the rep, I think. But
no, I totally agree. But I like how they're showing Gary Trent's dad, and it said played 13 games with the Raptors. I'm like, that's not something to be celebrating.
Man, he's such a fool. I love him. You gotta follow him on Instagram, Marcel. Like as soon as we get off live, you gotta go send him the follow. You won't regret it. You'll thank me for sure. Heat with
but
the
back
ball.
To the whole. Oh man.
Out of bounds off of us, I think. How was that?
But back to the whole numerology thing, I think it's crazy how Gary Trent Jr. and his dad played for the Portland Trailblazers in their 3rd season. After X amount of games, they both get traded to the Raptors. Wild.
Yeah, they end up putting on the same jersey number. I'm with you, man. Like you know what? I wouldn't call myself a spiritual, but I just don't shut anything down. I'm like, bro, there are some crazy forces at work in this world, and I'm not saying it's like divine intervention that he got traded to the Raptors, but bro, it's some cool things line up in this world, definitely, and I'm happy we ended up with Gary. They need to hire his dad, get him on the bench or something. He's just like locker room presence for sure.
That'd be funny. So Kimchi Guy K in the chat put a pretty good little comment there. Fred, what you got? OG, what you got? Somebody, what do y'all have? I need to see a play.
Fred takes it.
Ooh, good job, OG.
Wow.
And
great
one
job by OG. Love that.
Hey, give Max Strus a tech.
Bro, offensive rebounds have bailed us out so much this year. I think in terms of percentage of like possessions that we get, we have the highest percent of second chance possessions, like offensive.
But we have to make them count though. Like those offensive boards are great, but we gotta make them count.
It gives us some forgiveness, bro. Like we're a young team that's still learning. These second chance opportunities keep us in games, and we're up by 6 right now. Let's keep it rolling.
And they teed up Max Strus, like I said. Yep.
Yeah, there we go with Marcel, you're an official right now.
I mean, look, when the game's that close, man, time's running down. You got to keep your composure, man, because you just gave the Raptors 3 points, or I'm sorry, 2 points. The technical foul and the and one if OG makes it. You just gave us 2 points. Max Strus, trash.
I'll take
Not
the
trash,
gift.
I'm sorry. But I don't know. My mind's all over the place, man. I'm loving this game right now. I just want to take the time to say, man, thanks for having me on the live stream today. And you said something about Bam, didn't you?
I've stopped talking about Bam. I'm bringing the devil out of him. He like pushed Scotty Barnes off of him before that too. Jeez, man.
Anyway,
I'll keep his name out of my mouth for sure. But Marcel, I'm so happy that you're on here with me, bro. You are one of our most loyal supporters. Like, you're the moderator. You've been here for so long, like, and you belong in front of the camera, bro. I'm happy to share this live stream with you. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, I appreciate it big time, man. This has been an honor, and I love it. More to come. Hopefully, I'm always ready.
I like that. Always ready. Like Champagne. Coach put me in. I'm going to go get the boards.
You mean Justin Rodman?
Justin Rodman, my bad. Bam goes up and shoots the mid-range. Misses that. Thank God. Thank God. Fred VanVleet brings it up for Toronto.
But yes, back to the comment I saw in the chat. Someone said Gary Trent Jr. What did he say? He said he's the next. I got to scroll up. I can't remember. It was a really good comparison. I really liked it. It's Ray Allen
for Gary Trent Jr. You guys are just throwing out any name that hits 3-pointers at this point.
But is it far-fetched?
You know who I see Jalen? Sorry, oh my God, I almost said the comparison. You know who I see him as similar to, minus the passing, is like Jaylen Brown. I feel like he's got a similar offensive like repertoire to Jaylen Brown personally, but I think Jaylen Brown's a way better rebounder and like an assist guy. He's a better playmaker too. But strictly in terms of buckets, Gary Trent Jr. and Jaylen Brown remind me of each other.
No, yeah, I totally see it on the offensive end. I think Gary's a better defender. But I also think that overall, their overall tool... ball don't lie. That wasn't even a foul.
Yes, sir.
But I think overall, I would say Jaylen Brown's a better player if we're looking at different aspects of their game. Like, I think Jaylen Brown's a better closer. He's a better playmaker. But I'm just drunk off the bagged milk, and that bagged milk's got Gary Trent Jr.'s name on it, man. No foul?
Yes, sir, bro. We are drunk off the bagged milk.
No foul?
Okay. Heat with the ball. Oh, my God. PJ does not want that ball. Oh, okay. I'm going to sip it, actually.
Whoa, up and down?
They're saying he might have touched the ball. There we go. Hey,
Jimmy's upset. Jimmy's
Fred
upset.
VanVleet putting on the clamps.
So something's got to be said about how we always play down to our competition. But, man, these top teams, they got to earn it the hard way with us, man.
It's so accurate, and for the longest time, like, throughout some of our best years in the mid-2010s, like, we were just a team that would take care of, like, groups that were below 500. And honestly, we would lose to a lot of good teams. With the DeMar Kyle era, we would just beat up on teams under 500. Like, we would always take the gimmies. And now it's like we play down to bad competition and like, surprise great teams. And is that a goaltend?
Yep.
Tough.
I'd rather take that than an and one foul. That's fine.
Yeah.
We just got to
make it difficult.
Because look, I'm going to use my crystal ball. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that is a goaltend. The crystal ball.
You know what I'm saying? The crystal ball. We have to run the clock because they're just going to foul us, right? Run the clock. It's maybe a 2-3 possession game? Run the clock.
4-point lead for us right now, 108 to 104. So let's see what happens. It's not locked down yet.
There you go. OG.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no. Good job, Pascal. I thought he was trying to swat it. That's game. That's fine. Back off them. Let them do what they want. They can't win.
Yeah,
let them go to the bucket. What are you doing? Don't foul. Let them go.
But you know what? But still think about it, because even if we go hit some free... Actually, yeah, we had to make sure they didn't get a 3 up there, but this part of the game is going to take a hot minute to get through, but the Raptors are definitely putting themselves in a good position. I'm never going to say it's done till it's done, but they're in a very good position right now. And man, think about it, Marcel. This was looking ugly for a while, and part of me was like, I know this is just what we're used to now. The first half, they take it off. The second half, that's when they turn it on, especially the third. But, you know, as I'm saying it, part of me is like, well, maybe this is the game where it doesn't happen, you know? Like, it needs to catch up to us eventually. But it's the same story, and it looks like we're in a position to get a win again. Fingers crossed.
No, yeah, for sure. I think for this last possession, honestly, this is probably going to go back and forth. Was it the Bucks or it was another? No, the Suns. Remember how the Suns game ended? It was just free throws back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
That game pissed me off.
Oh, man. What made me mad is that we had a chance to tie the game and go to overtime, and instead we try to get a 3.
Yeah. Like,
I'm tired. I hate the most. When it's crunch time on the clock, I'd rather you go for the 2 to tie. Of course, a game-winning 3, you'll love to see it. I'm a safe bettor, and I'd rather go for that 2.
No,
you may get fouled for the and 1.
Man, sometimes teams on the road, you just see them go for like that home run swing. It's like, you know, we don't want to play overtime on a road trip. If we can sneak out a win here, we'll do it. You definitely wouldn't like Tyler Hero playing for your team. That guy is always going to go for the win over a tie game.
All right, That's 6 seconds.
But he might not have an option tonight. Let's see. Raptors looking to inbound the ball. OG. Oh, wow. Oh, broken play to alley-oop.
Whose man's was that? Defense. Who's guarding OG? Back door.
No one expected that to happen. And nice play by Scotty Barnes.
They tried to double Fred, and Bam was stuck on Pascal and OG. Why would you double Fred on an inbound? Why would you double anybody on an inbound?
That makes no sense at all. I need a replay on
like that. Look, Tucker and Martin went to Fred.
Yo, that is ridiculous.
Somebody's open. Somebody's going to be open.
I'm sleeping on that. That's ridiculous.
Yo, Scotty looks upset on the bench. Or he might be focused. I don't know. He looks upset.
Don't worry, man. He's dialed in. He's not happy until they win the game. He's like Kawhi.
And that's the attitude we need, because that's also a Kobe thing. I remember he had gotten to the finals, and they're all happy. You know, no, I think they had won like 2 games. Like, oh, how do you feel being up 2-0? Like, job's not finished.
I love it. It was one of my favorite lines ever. It's like Kobe never chilled out. It was like, bro, can you just answer a question normally?
Just answer the damn question. Like we know you're cool, bro. You're cool. You're a cool guy. Answer the question.
Oh man, Kobe Bryant's a legend, man. His aura was godlike. He wanted to be like Mike, and Mike was the same, like, not the same. I think Kobe was like, he definitely even debatably like more intense than Mike in terms of like work ethic and stuff. But you get what I mean. But Raptors, we got 6.1 seconds left until the end of this one. Gabe Vincent's inbounding it. I mean, we're up by 4 points. Things feel good right now. Let's see what happens.
Do you want to will be crazy? Is if we actually make it to the second round of the playoffs.
Man, we play good against good teams. Like a playoff series where Nick Nurse can make adjustments and stuff. Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. But guys, before everyone starts taking off, I gotta remind you, go and download the Javelin app. It is a link in the description of this video. It'll bring you to a place where you can download it, and this will help us link up to play pickup hoops. If you think you can bang a 3 in my face, break my ankles, swap me, if you just think you're that nice at hoops, well, come prove it. We're going to be playing together, the community. It's going to be good vibes, guys. I know I'm talking big game right now, but show up, come through. It's going to be a lot of fun, and this app allows you to communicate and link up with other people in available arenas in your area to go and play sports. Guys, don't give up the dream. Go out there, have a good time. I love this app. Go and give it a chance. You won't regret it. There's Drake giving the boys some daps after the game. You love to see it. Drake, I like this energy, man. Where was this in the first couple weeks of the season?
Yeah, Drake. Nah, but 212 viewers, 110 likes. Josh won't ask for it, but I'm gonna ask. If you haven't liked, please like on the way out. Much appreciated.
Appreciate you guys. And before we go off here, I am going to take a little bit of a tally here of the box score. So Pascal Siakam ends the night with 16, 14, and 4. I mean, this guy's
14 boards?
I know. He's got those Russell Westbrook stats, and then he's got 3 steals, and then this is where it becomes really Russell Westbrook-like. He's got 4 turnovers and 4 personal fouls, but hey, man, that's okay. Pascal Siakam's finding a way to lead. Gary Trent Jr., 40 minutes, 33 points. The streak continues. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 11 of 20 from the floor, 5 of 8 at the free throw line, and then 6 of 10 from 3-point range. And he's got a steal to go with it. Of course, he's got a mix in a defensive stat. Gary's just like that. And then 41 minutes for Scotty Barnes, 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists. Pretty typical Scotty line. We can do a little bit better, but he did play good. I don't want to take away anything from him. He hit a 3 tonight, too, which was nice to see. VanVleet, 21 points, 4 rebounds. Just all-star doing all-star things. OG Anunoby, 13, 3 and 3, 6 of 10 from the floor. He's got a steal. That doesn't even tell the story of his defensive game, though. He did even better than what the defensive stats show. And Precious Achiuwa, less than 20 minutes, 12 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 of 3 from 3-point range, a steal and a block. Bro. He's the man.
Ben Wallace.
Oh, man, people are... We throw out the hottest takes on this channel, like the hottest takes.
Always. But I see somebody up there, Tristan Phipps, asked Ayo Marcel, why do you like the Raps? Don't want to take up too much time at the end of the stream.
Go ahead.
But we got the dub, so I guess I can just ramble off. like I said earlier, growing up, my cousin Andrew, he was the better basketball player. He played basketball all his life. He traveled and played, and he was a big Kobe Bryant fan, big Laker fan. I didn't care for the Lakers. I didn't care for anybody on the team but Kobe Bryant. But as a kid, I loved watching old Raptors clips of like Vince Carter, Stoudemire. You got Tracy McGrady, Chris Bosh. Like I enjoyed watching old clips of the early Raptors, and then I want to say what really kind of made me a fan was watching Chris Bosh. I loved watching that big man play. I would say he was one of the very first stretch bigs, really, and you really saw that in Miami, right? I will give all credit to Dirk Nowitzki being the first ever stretch big, but Chris Bosh, he was right there too. And then I was a fan because of Chris Bosh of the team, and I loved how they were just an underdog team. No one really talked about the Raptors. No one respected the Raptors. But when I watched them, I was like, that's how basketball should be played. At the time, but play their hearts out. I don't think the Raptors have ever tanked, in my opinion. But you'll see almost every franchise has tanked at least once. The Raptors never tanked. Even last year, that wasn't a tank, that was a struggle. That was a struggle last year.
That was circumstance a little bit, like we couldn't have our guys back.
You tell me someone who has Aaron Baines and is winning, okay? I'm just putting that out there. So yeah, it was definitely Chris Bosh that made me more of a fan of the team. And man, when they got DeMar DeRozan, it was like I was watching Vince Carter all over again. Now, I'm not saying DeMar is Vince Carter, but it was like I was watching Vince Carter right before my eyes. And then Kyle Lowry, I love DeMar, but I was more of a Kyle Lowry fan because it was something about that dog in him, right? Like he's a 6'1" point guard. He had a bad rep, they said he was a bad teammate. He was a locker room problem. He went from the Grizzlies to the Rockets. When we got him, it was like that was the start of the Raptors showing that we will take any player and bring the best out of him. And for Kyle Lowry to start where he was and where he is now, and what he did for this organization, like I loved watching the Raptors play because of how they play, always.
Man, I like that. And one thing you said here, and we'll sign off in a second, but one thing you said, and you said to me earlier, but low-key is like one of the reasons that, of course, they're the closest team to me. They're the only Canadian team. Like, I resonate with them for those reasons. But, like, bro, I've never seen a sports team that reps the underdog this hard. We were the first team to ever win without a lottery pick in NBA history. Like, this is something completely unique. Like, and that's something that, and you know what I like, too? Is Masai Ujiri. I liked the Raptors even a little bit before Masai came in when I was very young, but man, Masai, like, he doesn't just say things. Like, he walks the talk. Like, he talked about, needing more women in the office. He went and hired like half women to staff some departments of MLSC. He talked about getting a Canadian player. He went out and did it. He talked about putting Giants of Africa on the map. He went out and did it. Like, everything he does, like, he backs it up. And, bro, I love the whole swagger and demeanor of the organization, watching it grow. But, bro, we are pumping up the Raptors tires here to other Raptors fans. I'm sure people are fully sipping the Kool-Aid with us, but that is a good justification of why you would be cheering for them. Because, bro, when you say you're from Texas, a lot of people, of course, are going to be like, and you like the Raptors? Like, they're blown away because the American media is they're hard on us, right?
Yeah. And also, I've only been in Texas for about 4 or 5 years. I call Louisiana home. That's where a lot of my family are. I was born there. I have never liked the Hornets or the Pelicans. Most people from New Orleans don't care about basketball, or they don't care about their basketball team. We love the Saints. Saints all day. Before Drew Brees, during Drew Brees, after Drew Brees, Saints all day. I'd rather watch the Saints play than watch the Pelicans.
So are they your NFL team, the Saints?
Yeah, Saints all day, every day.
I like it, man. You guys in the U.S., you gotta rep where you're from. The team, people who I swear the Cowboys fans or the Cowboys fans that live in like New Jersey and they're the worst. They're the worst. It's like Cowboys fans from Texas aren't bad, but Cowboys fans from states like New York and stuff are like, it ain't it. But anyways, guys, this has been a ton of fun. Marcel, you got anything to say to the people before we start signing off here?
I actually wanted to bring this up a few days ago during Marcel's Minute. Totally forgot, but it was. I want to say they were doing like bringing awareness to mental health with Bell. It was during one of the games, and if I could say anything out to the community out there, say someone's always there for you. If you don't have anybody, I got you. hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you can find me. I'm not telling you what it is. You got to find me. But yeah, I just want to bring awareness to mental health, and that, you know, you're never alone. If you don't think you got somebody, I got you, and I mean that for sure.
Man, Marcel, you're a man of the people. People here need to give you your respect. You got to put some respect on your name. You are the full-on people's champ, and you know, everything Marcel just said, I echo completely. So the community, you guys are the best. We got your backs, you got ours. This has been a fun win, to say the least. And the Raptors move up to what might be like, 7th or 6th now in the East. I think that prediction video I put out is doing pretty well. I was dead on about Trae Young. So, guys, go and check out that video if you have not already. Make sure to stick around for the post game with Ben and Riker. They're going to be hosting that very soon, if maybe not already. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll be in the chat watching along with everybody else, so you don't want to miss it. And guys, before I sign off one more last time, download Javelin. It's the app that we are going to be using to get together, play pickup hoops, do all those good things. And beyond that, I mean, it's an app that you want to have on your phone. So make sure to check out the description of this video to find that link and learn more. But in the meantime, guys, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm signing off.